Real quick, what do you? What's good? What's good? What's good, baby? It's your boy Trex, the sports junkie. New York, New York. What up? What up, box office? What up, fellas?
What up, man?
What's good,
Hey,
man?
man, the NBS show. I got my brothers with me, man. You know, I think the two guys to the top picked the Knicks to win, while the two guys at the bottom picked the Spurs. What up? What's up with you, box office? What up, box office?
Hey, man. I got both the conference title games right, or the series right. I deserve pass. Uh, but yeah, I definitely was wrong. I won't say I'm shocked though. I never said the Knicks were gonna get crushed. I had the Spurs in six. Um, I'm surprised by the amount of games and the result in the end, but got to give the Knicks credit. I didn't care who won necessarily, just won a good finals. It was only 5 games, but every game was quality. So I'm happy we at least got a good series.
No doubt. And of course, HMB Hoops, man, Hunter, man. I know you was rooting for the Knicks. I knew that.
Yeah.
But you bought into the Wimby hype. You bought into the alien. You bought into the youngsters. What's up,
Uh,
man?
I just thought that I thought the role players for the Spurs would have performed way better than they did. Of course, I was going for the Knicks. I like Jalen Brunson a lot. Um, but yeah, I thought the Spurs was gonna win it. I didn't think Wemby was gonna have as much trouble as he did in certain points of the game. And I told y'all this before this series, how bad De'Aaron Fox was playing against the Thunder, even though he was dealing with some injuries. I had mentioned that I think they can move off of him before this series even started, and he was very poor, especially in the second half of the game. So you know, and Cat was great the first couple of games, and then of course the captain himself, Jalen Brunson. He closes every single game out. Every single game out. So,
And what a way to close out game 5. My
oh yeah,
God.
good lord. I've been telling y'all playoff brush in top five, man.
Hey, man, you have been saying that. I will give you your flowers with that. He's been saying that since the playoffs started, so shout out to you. And then, of course, I got my brother that picked the Knicks with me. I said 6, he said 7. What's up, C?
Wow, what's the deal, man? Your boy, Mr. C, the trendsetter. You see what color I'm wearing, bro? AKA the newest Nick fan.
Oh,
I finally got my NBA team. You know what I'm saying? I can't get my hands on a Knicks hat right now because I don't wear those snapbacks. I wear fitteds. They ain't got nothing that fit my big head right now. I tried to order it off Lids, try to see if they had one in all over the internet. You can't find a Knicks hat right now. But yeah, man, I'm the newest Knicks fan, bro. And what's crazy is it's the terrible time to become a Knicks fan because they're not gonna repeat.
or will they? Or will they?
I'm just saying, I should have became a Knicks fan probably a couple of months ago. But what I'm saying, it's I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm a Knicks fan now though. Bro, I found myself literally really rooting for the Knicks this entire playoffs. This entire playoffs, bro. When they came back and they smacked the hell out of the Hawks, I was like every game, I was like, I wonder how bad they're gonna beat this next team. I wonder how bad they're gonna beat this next team. I wonder how bad they're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's like I found myself rooting for them, and I like after they went up 2-0 in the finals, I was like, damn, am I a Knicks fan? Because I was excited. Like I was really going for them. And I literally, for the last probably 10 years, I can probably say I haven't been a fan of an actual one team legitimately in the NBA since KG and Paul Pierce them won the championship for the Celtics. And even a year after that, a couple of years after that, I was still a Celtic fan. But then I didn't care. I was going where LeBron went, bro. So right now, I think I finally got a team I can root for because I like the way they played. I really like Brunson. He may be my favorite player now to watch. But yeah, I think I'm a Knicks fan, man. So I'm gonna rock with the hat that's close enough to the Knicks I got, and represent tonight for New York.
Shake my head. Look,
we back, son. 53 years. We back.
No, man. Hey, shout out to him, but I'm a Pelican fan, man. And watch your mouth, box office. I know you want to say something crazy. Pals, man. What up? But the box office, let's get this show started. Fire show. We got, of course, we're going to talk finals. We're going to talk some college football. We're going to definitely talk some World Cup. You know, I'm the football junkie now. But what's up, box office?
Yeah, I don't know how soon we'll talk NBA Finals and Pelicans ever, but you know.
Hey yo, chill.
All right, let's go to the Brandon Sorsby situation. Just news maybe 20 minutes ago. Brandon Sorsby is going to the supplemental draft in the NFL. This probably decision was made after I got another notification earlier today saying that the NCAA is going to take this to court. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think happens from this into the future, and how does this affect Texas Tech?
You want me to go first? See,
let's just give them a background for those viewers who don't know what we're talking about.
And me.
Yeah, and apparently Brendan Sorsby, he's the Texas Tech quarterback that was betting on football on games. Period. You know, as a college athlete, you ain't supposed to be, you're supposed to be betting it out. And where the problem with me comes is that he literally bet on his own team. Sometimes to lose as well. So
really? I didn't know that he bet on this team to lose.
Yeah, don't quote me on it. I didn't research that. Allegedly. I didn't research that to see how true that was or not, but that was one of the reports that I saw on it was either IG or on SportsCenter, bro. but either way it go, he bet on his own team. For sure, he bet on his own team, whether it was a win or a lose.
Yeah, I know
that's always been a no-no. So he got an injunction to be eligible to play this year, and so the NCAA today decided they were gonna sue Texas A&M, not Texas A&M, Texas Tech to block that, basically, to block that so he wouldn't play. So instead, he's going to go into the supplemental draft, which the supplemental draft of the NFL is like, you know how they had a regular draft? Mm-hmm. They have a draft of players that they basically didn't get picked, but they're eligible for the draft.
If they got in trouble, if they had any type of situations going on in college, that's how you get into the supplemental draft.
Right. You had any kind of situation, and now you're eligible for the supplemental draft. But the team that picks you, whatever round that they pick you in the supplemental draft, they have to give up their pick in the following draft for that. So if they pick you with a first round pick in a supplemental draft, they don't have a first round pick in the next draft. So this is a big chance that he's taking, and if someone picks him, there's a big chance that they're taking as well, because I'm not sure that there won't be any NFL penalties. You know, with him being guilty of betting, especially betting on his own team. and he bet up to what $90,000 $90,000 worth of bets over his college career, and like that's just absurd. So with that money, he bet 90. So if he get NFL money, what kind of money he gonna be betting in? And what's gonna stop him from betting? Because you bet $90,000 worth of bet, you obviously have a problem. And I believe he went to rehab, but the rehab was really short, whatever it was. And now, of course, like I said, he's back. But here's the thing, man. He's still, what is he, like 6'5", 260, 240, 250? Something like that.
He's 6'3" for sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I think he was 6'5". Like that's
6'3", 235.
Yeah.
So I was hyping him up, but you know what I'm saying. He big as hell. He a quarterback and he can sling it. So somebody, all right, that's debatable. He's all right. He was the high. Before Sam Levitt, he was the most sought after free agent, I guess you could say, quarterback this portal year. Yeah, I'm so glad LSU didn't get him. But anyway, man, he's more than likely gonna get drafted. He's more than likely going to get drafted. But I think that this is a good thing for Texas Tech. I think it's a good thing for Texas Tech in the long run, I guess you could say, because I don't know who's going to be their quarterback now, but I don't think he should have been able to be their quarterback this year either. You bet on your own team. I don't even mind you betting. If you want to bet on girls basketball, you want to bet on men's basketball, and you play college football, that's fine with me. I don't even care if you bet on men's college basketball. But when you start betting on your sport, and then you take it from your sport to your team, that's why I draw the line, bro. That's too much. That's too much for me, man. So I don't think he should have been eligible to play this year. And I think his college career should have been over anyway, because this would have been his fifth year. Fifth year and third team, huh?
Yep.
Fifth year, third team, and he was betting. Nah, bro. College career over with anyway. So I think that it's over for him. And whoever wants to take a chance on him in the NFL, go ahead. I know my Saints won't. So that's what I'm chilling. I'm glad. But I think he should go ahead and go in the supplemental draft, bro, because your college career over.
Yeah. So I didn't know about him betting on his own team, so I'm about to do my research on that. I know there was teams like Nebraska saying that they wasn't playing Texas Tech in no sport if they were going to allow him to play, which that's really, I think, put pressure on the NCAA. There was other teams as well, but I know Nebraska was one of them. So I think, like, you know, once they started putting that pressure on Texas Tech was like, nah, we already didn't expect you to play maybe when the news first broke that he was ineligible, and then they made him eligible. So I get it, but I'm going to say this. And box office, you know, I told you this. I think I told C this as well. Whenever he was in the transfer portal, I was like, I don't even want him to go to LSU. This is before all the stuff going on. I'm like, bruh, I watched him at Cincinnati. He wasn't that good. so I don't even know like what the hype around Sorsby was. So like I'm not even tripping. I think LSU dodged a bullet. Thank God. And I'll say this. See, this is where I kind of disagree with you on. I'm gonna say it. I don't think he's gonna be a good NFL quarterback. I wouldn't even take a chance on the supplemental. Well, I'm saying I wouldn't even take a chance on a supplemental draft. If I picked him up, we'd be like a free agent kind of pick up, just kind of see. Maybe, you know, he can block everything else out, and maybe you could bring him in. But I don't see him being like a stud in the NFL. Like, I don't even think he's worth it, respectfully. I wish the kid nothing but the best in the future. But I didn't see it in college. I don't think it translates to the NFL. I don't care if he's 6'3", 235. I just didn't see enough of it. I didn't think he threw the ball well enough. That's why I didn't want LSU to get him. So if I didn't want him at LSU, for doggone sure, I don't think he's good enough to get to the NFL. So it's unfortunate for Texas Tech. They got to figure it out. The good thing is, while he was out, they were getting reps with the other guy. So hopefully Texas Tech can not mess up their rest of their season and just fully just take that out of their equation and just move forward. And hopefully for him, he can get his help that he needs and pray that regardless if he goes to the NFL, regardless of whatever he does in life, we wish him the best and he just doesn't make this same mistake moving forward.
Go to rehab. Oh, you need to go.
Well,
my bad.
Well, I do know he checked into rehab.
He did.
But, it seemed like he was there.
Quick.
I think he was there 48 hours, and I don't know how much help he got that time. But
I had to get out to get to the finals, bro. Get the betting on the finals.
But I said it last week. I'm far from a Karen. I don't. I'm all about messing around and second chances and all that. But once you have players betting on their own sport, and where you have sources on other teams, where you know certain playbooks or game plans or coaches in general, that's dangerous, and I don't think he should have ever. I think he should have been expelled from college sports the minute they found out he bet this much. I thought I said it last week when we thought he was coming back. Where they got their own judges to approve of him to go back. I thought that was ridiculous, and it just shows you that college sports is a mess because no one in particular is actually in charge, which makes things like this available. And then obviously today I get the notification that the NCAA was going to take it to court. I said, oh yeah, he's not going to play this year, even though Texas Tech is a rival technically of Texas's. They are, the super little brother, so we're not worried about them. But I feel bad for Texas Tech because I don't know how much Texas Tech knew of his issues before they called him on and gave him NIL money and all that. So I feel bad for Texas Tech because now they're screwed for this year. Brendan Sorsby is not Vince Young or Cam Newton, but he was a college veteran. Like, he had experience. He had a good year for Cincinnati. So he would have brought that experience to Texas Tech. Now it's going to be a much younger guy that wasn't even expected to start this year. And Texas Tech, the Joey McGuire, they're sitting there like, well, damn. So LSU did, escape a bullet here. Yeah, it's all unfortunate all around, but you can't have players betting on the same sport, especially their own team. Eventually you'll have dudes throwing the ball out of bounds on purpose and dropping the ball on purpose and things like that. So this whole situation was a disaster. As for the supplemental draft, some team will give him a shot, but he's not an NFL quarterback. So he'll be maybe on a roster for a year. And that's that.
Man, I think there need to be some harsher punishments for these type of heinous acts. It's messing up the integrity of the game. That goes for football. That goes for all the sports. Especially the college. I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm sure people have been betting on themselves or on games before NIL, but I guess this might be. I guess you could say a downside to NIL, to where they're able to put even more money on these bets and try to flip it for even more money. So I don't understand why these players are taking this big of a risk on themselves and their program to bet on a game, especially for someone like him. I'm sure like they were paying him well enough money to play for them. I know that's not the biggest school or anything like that, but I just feel like there needs to be. I mean, I don't know the exact punishments for betting on yourself or betting on the on a game or whatever. But there needs to be something done about that because we can't keep having people like even the NBA players are getting called up. Like ex NBA players are getting called up with Terry Rozier got caught up with that type of thing, and he has to forfeit. That's a pretty good punishment, forfeiting most of your punishment. I mean, your forfeiting your contract. So I mean, it doesn't really do too much. It just ruins the guy's reputation. That's something that he can punish with, but he still played all his college years and got that out the way. So I just think it needs to be.
His NIL deal with Texas Tech was $6 million fully guaranteed. So I wonder, is now Texas Tech gonna have they already paid them?
They gonna get their money. They gonna get their money back, bro.
Or will they get their money?
You gotta get that.
They gotta get back
some blood or something.
They get their money back. They get their money back, but they gonna recoup that.
I don't know.
That's all that man probably ran off with that bag already. he already put $6 million on them to lose the last game of the season.
Oh,
he up 12 right now.
That boy had that $6 million on the Spurs. He pissed. He pissed right now, man.
My thing is, I want to believe that Texas Tech had to know something. I know that maybe they didn't, but man, that's why maybe you shouldn't jump QB. Starting QB. You didn't know this.
Somebody had to tell something.
Yeah, that was wild to me that they gave them you can't jump at the first person that enters the transfer portal. You gotta wait. Do your research, full research.
That's what it's been for the last few years, though, man. You always want to hurry up. You got to hurry up and get the player before somebody else is betting.
But see, I'll give Kiffin this, and y'all know, of course, I'm happy when I'm seeing, but of course it has to translate to the field. But Kiffin, he didn't just budge on Sorsby, but not even on Sorsby. Levin, he let Levin leave, and then went back and was like, "Nah, I can't miss out on Levin because Williams from Washington was like, nah, I'm gonna stay put." So it's like you got to do your research thoroughly, man. You can't just jump at the first name you see.
And that's why you need to hire us. We gonna do that research right here at the NBS, bro. No way, Texas Tech, you would not have ended up in this position had you hollered at one of the people on this panel right here. I guarantee you, man. Or all of us. We'll split that shit. We'll make sure you don't end up like that, bro. So, I mean, Texas Tech, you're not either one of our favorite schools, but we will take a check from y'all and make sure we do the job correctly. So holler at us. We'll make sure this don't happen ever again to the Red Raiders.
And Texas ducking Texas Tech, man. They ducking that smoke.
Y'all don't want no smoke, man. The boys said, "Hey, this is what I went to hit you up with the other day, man." Them boys at Texas Tech said that they went and tried. They tried to buy out. They tried to buy out both of those sorry ass teams y'all play in the first game of the season to play Texas in the first game of the season, and they said Texas probably still won't do it, but they offered to buy them out. So I already know y'all ain't gonna do it, man. What's the problem? Why y'all ducking these boys, man?
It's just simply we play Ohio State week 2, and Texas Tech plays middle of nowhere universities, so they can mess around. We don't have time to mess around. We got to prepare for Ohio State.
And here's my second question: is Texas who ratted out Sorsby?
Maybe.
Are y'all the ones who ratted him out?
Maybe. I didn't read up on who ratted him out, but come on, man. Every time Texas and Texas Tech have played, we know who the bigger brother is.
Hey, yo, Michael Crabtree.
You can name that one time. By the way, I just looked it up. So the deal was it was fully guaranteed if he played. He only gets $1 million now and the other $5 million goes back to Texas Tech.
He betting that shit on Brazil. Hey, that's who it was, bro.
Oh, Brazil, Morocco, yeah.
Yeah, I was pissed off. Boys ended up in a tie. Lost
I was talking to X before the game. I said Morocco's legit. They will give them issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, Brian, Sorsby, bro, I don't want to say send that boy to jail, but he definitely shouldn't be able to play football for nobody no more. His career should be over. And I'm never a person that wants anybody's career to be over. I'm never the one that want to see anybody get fired or their career to be over. But that right there, too egregious. Even if he had been just betting on other NCAA football games, I would have been fine. But the day that you bet on your own team and allegedly to lose, hey, bro, get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. He shouldn't be able to play in the arena league.
And now, I think if Texas and Texas Tech played, actually, let's say that had happened and they scheduled that before Sorsby's situation, now Texas would kill him. I mean, I think Texas Tech is in a bad situation now.
Red Raider Nation, baby. Let's go.
I think Red Raider Nation is pissed.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a blessing in disguise, man.
Not for next year, maybe in the
next year. Sorsby's not like that.
But he's better than who they got.
I don't know that. We thought that whenever the Rams lost Trent Green, nobody knew this guy named Kurt Warner. He came in and was great. Hey, I'm just
100 years ago, X.
Hey, I'm not a Sorsby guy. I'm not just saying it to pick on the kid. I'm just not.
Me either, but you're not a guy of the backup either.
Yeah,
well, I haven't seen it. I gotta give him a chance.
All right, well, let's move on. We're gonna move on to the NBA. The Knicks win the NBA title for the first time since 1973 in 5 games against the San Antonio Spurs. Jalen Brunson is Finals MVP. What is your takeaway from the Finals?
Woo! Let the first person be the official Knicks fan.
Oh God, hell
yeah. Yeah, I know. Let me just turn around. I'm gonna lie like this in Knicks head. All right. Never mind the MLB. Right. All right, man. Look, I told y'all the Knicks were gonna win. I thought it would take 7 because of Wemby and how Wemby intimidated the OKC Thunder. He intimidated the OKC Thunder. The Knicks wasn't scared of that boy. That's exactly what happened right there. Nobody on that Knicks squad was scared of Wemby. And as a matter of fact, I think they almost, outside of the first quarter of every game, they picked on Wemby, it looked like. You know what I'm saying? And I was thoroughly impressed. I was thoroughly impressed with the Knicks and how hard they played. I think this is more of a testament to how the Knicks played together as a team, how they cared about each other as teammates, and coaching. Mike Brown thoroughly outcoached dude for the Spurs. I can't even think of his name right now. Johnson's last name, huh?
Mitch Johnson.
Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah. He thoroughly outcoached him. And the best player on the Knicks team, Jalen Brunson, though he wasn't having the most efficient shooting series, he put them damn points on the board when they mattered. When they mattered, he was putting points on the board, period. Whenever they needed a bucket, guess who you go to? Jalen Brunson. And he showed why he's top 5. As HMB says, man, look, Jalen Brunson, playoff Brunson, top 5. And I'm willing to say almost top 5 all time, bro. When you look at how he played in these playoffs, bro. So shout out to Jalen Brunson. Shout out to OG Anunoby. Hey, bro, let me tell you like this. In those 4 wins, they had 3 different players that could have been the Finals MVP. that could have been the Finals MVP. The first 2 games, everybody was like, "Bro, Cat the MVP." Then over the next 3 games, or
2 games.
2 games, they were saying OG. Well, I'll say 3 games. They were saying, "Oh man, OG got this." But consistently throughout the whole 5 games, the player that won the MVP, Jalen Brunson, was the MVP through all 5 games. Because you take him out that Knicks team, they get swept, and it's not even close. You know what I mean? As you can see in Game 5, Cat got 3 fouls like in the first 3-4 minutes and had to sit out the whole first quarter and damn near the rest of the first half. And they still managed to win the game or whatever. OG had a bad game in Game 5, but the man with the plan, Jalen Brunson, 45 big points in the closeout game. You know what? They did what they had to do to win it, and that's why I appreciate him. That's why I like him, and that's why I like Brunson. He might be my favorite player to watch right now. Simply because 45 points in a closeout game. I said this on the show last week. Or either I said it on one of my feeds in that. They didn't want to go back to New York for a Game 6. If they went back to New York for a Game 6, it was going to be hard. They needed to end it in Game 5. They needed to end it in Game 5 because the Spurs were going to start getting a little faith in themselves. Right now, not right now, but in Game 5, you could see at the end of the game, everybody knew that the Knicks were going to win, including the Spurs. Including the Spurs, you could look at them. They were like, what are we going to do to blow this game at the end? We already blew our lead. Now, what are we finna do to blow the game? And De'Aaron Fox said, I'll show you. And he went ahead and blew the game for him, bro. That's another thing, man. I feel real sorry for De'Aaron Fox, bro. But he's gonna fit in. He's gonna feel in real good down there with KD in Houston, bro. So he need to, just think about the future. Don't think about the past, bro. Yeah, you missed your chance to get a ring. You'll never get one now. But think about it. You're gonna get to play with KD in Houston, bro. Houston, Texas, bro. They don't have a turkey leg hut no more, but they still got good food down there, bro. Enjoy Houston, man, because you won't be in San Antonio anymore. At least you'll still be in Texas. Think about it like that. But yeah, man, go Knicks. We back, baby. 53 years. I feel like going trash the streets like them.
Go ahead, H&B Hoops.
I think De'Aaron Fox need to go ahead sharpen up on his Chinese. I think he need to call up. I think he need to get in contact with Kenny Lofton's translator, because the Shanghai Sharks, I know they on the phone right now.
Oh yeah.
I know him and I don't know him and Kenny Lofton real familiar with each other, but they might be best buds after this one. But on a real note, of course, I've been saying Jalen Brunson top 5. I was not surprised by the play of the Knicks at all. I was surprised by the play of the Spurs. I honestly thought that the Spurs role players had potential to outplay the role players of the Knicks. I thought Stefan Castle could have matched or outplayed or outscored Josh Hart. Didn't end up doing that. Vassell played well from the first. Like, the role players will show up for the first half for the Spurs. They were the Spurs first half team. You could say they're the best team in the NBA first half.
Thanks.
For sure. First half, Wemby is unbelievable. He's step back threes, block after block after block. He's the best player to ever play the game in the first half. Then second half come. I don't know. I don't know what happens in the locker room. I don't know if they run out of shots or something for like their adrenaline or something. I don't know I don't know if it's just the experience level. It might be the experience. I think it's the experience. But to go from so high to so low, so you can't even score, and it's not even like De'Aaron Fox. You should be. I know you have some ankle injuries, and you're dealing with an ankle injury to both the ankles, but that was the last series. You look like you're running and jumping pretty fine out there. You just couldn't get no buckets. You missed 3 shots in a row late in the fourth quarter. Terrible. And of course, Wemby, he's in the late game. That free throw line is his biggest enemy. He's a terrific free throw shooter until it's the last 2-3 minutes of the fourth quarter. Of course, they got out. The Miss Johnson got out coached. You could say that's an experience level thing as well. He's a younger coach. Mike Brown is far more experienced, been on championship teams as well. I really think that the Knicks shocked anybody that wasn't a Knicks fan. And I really think they shocked some Knicks fans. A lot of them were saying Knicks in 4. I think that was kind of crazy and delusional, but they almost did it. They almost did it. I also think that Castle and what's his name? Oh, Dylan Harper should have played more minutes and had more plays ran through him, especially in the fourth quarter. But even time they had him shut down, the Knicks were able to, especially their veteran players, able to lock in that fourth quarter on defense and offense. OG was fantastic for most of the series. Except the last game, he was pretty quiet. He didn't really play that well the last game, but all the games before then, he was great. And Cat, that foul trouble. If this was, I guess you could say if this was like, I know the Spurs beat OKC, but I don't think he could afford to get in foul trouble against the Thunder versus this team because I think the Thunder would have took more of an advantage of that missing piece of Cat. I don't think Mitchell Robinson could hang with Chet and them boys.
I think we all agreed that the Knicks wanted the Spurs and not OKC. I think that we all agreed that they were a better match.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
And then OKC. I just trying to make sure we were all on the same accord with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, one thing I'm not on the same accord with y'all, and the rest of the world. I know everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, X, you're an idiot." That's what they're gonna say, and that's fine. That is fine. Listen, bro. And I'm not saying De'Aaron Fox played great. By no stretch of the imagination, he had some boneheaded plays. But to sit here and act like they lost the series simply because of De'Aaron Fox is just not true. Wemby turned over the ball in game 2 when the game was tied. Wemby missed free throws. He's the star player, not Fox. Wemby was cracking in the fourth quarter. That's just the truth. And I'm not saying Fox gets a pass by no stretch of the imagination, but if Wemby's the face of the league and we're saying Wemby's the next best thing, he could be the GOAT maybe, arguably. He got to take some of this ownership. We can say Mitch Johnson got out-coached. Okay, cool. But when are we going to say Wemby didn't play up to his full potential? He didn't play up, and I know he's young. I get it. And look, I went on record saying, man, Wemby might end up being the GOAT. But he cracked. When the lights were bright in the fourth quarter, palms got sweaty, Wemby didn't carry his team the way we would have expected Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and any superstar to carry their team. I don't like that we're already giving Wemby a pass because it's De'Aaron Fox's fault. I was pissed with Castle. I had a parlay, dog, and I needed 10 points from Castle. 10 points! This fool had 6 in the closeout game. But I'm not, look, at the end of the day, they didn't lose because of Castle and Fox and Mitch. I'm holding Wemby to the highest standard. Wemby has to play better in the fourth quarter. Point blank. Brunson stepped up for the Knicks. He held it down. Even when he struggled shooting early on in the series, early in the games, in the fourth quarter when the chips were down, Brunson came through for the Knicks. That's what a superstar is supposed to do. I should be able to hand you the ball and go make plays for me. So all that on the internet talking about it's Fox fault why they lost, it's Castle, it's Miss Johnson, it's the role players. Hell no. We gonna hold Wimby accountable. Wimby gave up the turn over the ball late in the game. He missed free throws late in the game. He took bad shots in the game, 3 after 3. And I'm like, dude, you're 7'5". Go to the goal. They can't stop you. So my issue is more with Wimby. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You said that they're the best team in the first half. I agree with you. First half, they're nasty, the Spurs. They get to the second half when them lights get bright. I don't know what happens to that team, but I didn't pick them against Minnesota because I thought they were too young. Then I didn't pick them against OKC because I thought they were too young. But they showed up. I think, like y'all said, OKC was a little intimidated by Wemby and company. But the Knicks were not. The Knicks had the vibe like, boy, we the bullies on the block. You ain't come and bully us. And they got the dub. Hey, shout out to the Knicks, man. Shout out to Brunson. I know, hey, look, I know it's going to be like I'm hating. Brunson top 5. I don't know about that, Hunter. But, hey, listen, I ain't mad at it. I'm not saying currently, but C was like top 5 all time. I don't know if I can go that far.
Not all time, but in that playoff,
Top 5 all time.
He might eat. I don't even think he full in the playoffs.
Oh, hey. We're going to talk about that in a
It's
second.
nothing you can do about it.
Hey, we're going to talk about that in a second. What I do love about Brunson, man, he just has that killer in him, man. He's a dog. He's definitely a dog. He's not the most athletic, but boy, is he a dog. And he's not scared of nothing. So shout out to the Knicks, man. Super happy for him. And C, boy, you a traitor, boy. Supposed to be Pelicans, bro. You wildin'.
Hey, the Pelicans traded on me. Them boys trade. Every time I'm be about to get on them, them boys trade the best player, bro. They hell with the Pelicans, bro.
Hey, we're going to talk about a trade that I think needs to go down in a few minutes, too. Go ahead, box office. You on mute. There you go.
Yeah, these finals came down simply to experience. You know, and the experience showed down the stretch because I thought actually the Spurs were better every game until the last 5 minutes.
Yep.
And then the last 5 minutes, their experience showed. And you know, I thought maybe they're a year away against OKC, even though I picked them. That was my worry. But it actually turned out it was this series that caused, you know, their experience showed. The way you close out games is how the Knicks close them out, you know, with confidence, with making big time shots, with making big free throws. I agree with X. Wemby was not great down the stretch by any means. You know, he was bad down the stretch. And I could actually make the case Castle was better down the stretch. He made big free throws in a lot of these games. At the end of the day, man, the Knicks and Brunson just were great down the stretch. Got to give them credit. They're a deep team. I think OG Anunoby is highly underrated.
Hell yeah.
Very underrated. 50% just from 3 in this series.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy. Brunson's an awesome closer. I enjoy watching Brunson. He's fun to watch. I mean, I loved watching him at Villanova. Mike Brown, I'm happy for Mike Brown because he won a bunch of titles as an assistant, and I'm glad he got one as a head coach because he did it the right way. You know, like he went the assistant route. He got a head coaching job, got that team to the finals. Eventually went back to being an assistant, went to Sacramento. No one's won in Sacramento, so I don't care about that. And then takes the Knicks to win. So I'm happy for Mike Brown. Mitch Johnson, look, he got completely outcoached, but he'll be fine. He'll learn from this. You know, they're going to keep that core together for a long, long time. I think OG Anunoby was the most clutch player for the Knicks in these games, but Brunson deserved Finals MVP after the 45 points in Game 5. It was finally his best game in the finals, and he saved it for last. I mean, plus he averaged, let me see here, 33, if I'm rounding up, in these finals. So that's big time. Yeah, man, I'm a little surprised. I'm happy every game was good, but it really came down to the last 5 minutes of the game, every game, and who was going to close better. And the Knicks did it with more confidence. Who knows what happens after game 2 if Wemby doesn't throw it off the Castle's back. Maybe the momentum is just different, but based off what I saw, the Knicks were the better team.
Man, that's like that play J.R. Smith had. Who knows if they would have got that game won? You don't know, man.
And the refs, low-key were helping the Spurs. I just want to put that out there.
100%. 100%. They were terrible. Wemby had they was letting Wemby get off with everything.
And I want to give credit to Cat. Cat gets a lot of criticism, but even in this series when he wasn't scoring, he was great on defense, and he was aggressive, and he was pissing Wemby off. And those fouls were worth it, honestly. Officially, the Knicks beat the Wolves in that trade they made, with Julius Randle and Cat and DiVincenzo. That trade changed a lot of things, so give the Knicks credit.
I got a little pushback to you, box office. It's not just the last 5 minutes, bro. It took. They were. I agree with Hoops when he says the first half they were good, but the whole second half they got their ass kicked. Really, overall throughout the series, because they were up big in the first half of all of these games. In the second, especially the 29-point game, they came back. They cut it to, I think they cut it to like 14.
15 before the fourth quarter.
Before the fourth quarter, and then end up winning the game. You know what I'm saying? So you have them, and they all were sparked by Jalen Brunson. All of these comebacks were sparked by Jalen Brunson. He would hit 1 or 2 shots in a row and even make a defensive play to spark their team to going. It's like, that's why I say he was the unquestioned leader on that team, and he made the plays that needed to be made at the time. Now, don't get me wrong, OG hit some big shots.
Yeah, because I think that was in game 4, even though I know everybody's talking about the putback, which obviously that's the game winner. I thought the 3 over Wemby, that's when I was like, oh yeah, the Knicks might win this game.
Hey, that boy, it don't matter who in his face. That corner 3 going down.
Let me ask y'all a question, real question. Game 5, the Knicks down 14. Did anybody have any doubt that the Knicks were going to come back and make that a game?
I knew they'd come back. I just didn't know if they were going to close it, because I was like, there's no way the Spurs are going to lose 3 home
again.
like I was like, bro, you had home court advantage, and I was like, they are going to get 1, and this is the one. And they didn't learn their lesson at all.
Right. I agree with that.
Here's another thing. Okay, youth, right? Youth. So I've seen people say this thing. OKC with Harden, KD, and Westbrook. They went to the finals, and everybody said they're young, they'll be back. That OKC team never made it back.
Right.
It took them 20 more years for another OKC team to get back and win it. So, bruh, is it possible that this is their one chance and they blew it?
I mean, it's possible, but I think that, bruh, Wemby's not going nowhere. As long as he stays healthy, bruh, they're gonna have a chance.
They're gonna get back. They got a great chance, even though I don't know if there's more competition in the West, but like it just depends on who's healthy on what teams at this point. Whoever the healthiest pretty much makes it to the finals. OKC was very healthy, other than J-Dub, and they're I guess you could say the 3rd best team now. But they up there with 1A, 2A, whatever you want to call it. Spurs are very healthy. Knicks are very healthy. So I think it matters with the health. The Timberwolves weren't healthy at all. Who else? Lakers weren't healthy at all. Who else? Nuggets weren't healthy at all. It matters that health plays a big part in who's gonna make it the furthest. And they were the healthiest team and had the least. I wouldn't say they had the least resistance, but that resistance comes in whenever you're trying to make it to the end.
And one more thing. See, I mean, you could go back to the Magic when Penny and Shaq. Everybody thought when they got to the finals, oh boy, they're gonna win a championship, them too. And I know what you're saying, going to that OKC team with Durant and all them. But I'm looking more like at Wemby, like, and I know I gave him a hard time just now. Pause. But Wemby, I think it's gonna be more like Michael Jordan. More like I struggled early on, or even like Bron. I struggled early on. Yeah, I didn't get over the hump, but I'm gonna get back. I'm going to get back. He's not KD, Westbrook, and Harden. I think he's just different. I think he can get into that GOAT conversation.
I think Wemby showed me so much since the Olympics that I really was behind Wemby. I really like Wemby. Only thing that he showed me that I didn't like is when he did that "I'm in your head" thing. I think.
Well, it backfired, but I didn't mind in the moment. You didn't mind the moment. It backfired on him.
Bro, I did. To me, when he did that, I felt like he was believing his own hype. Everybody had told him, "Oh man, he cares so much. Yeah, he cares so much. He works so hard. He doing so much." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm in your head. I'm in your head." And I saw that, and I'm gonna say those dirty plays that he's done during the playoffs this year, bro. I think physically he has all the talent, but it may be youth. But I think he can be influenced.
Remember that guy.
But he's really young. See, that's my thing. I'm giving him a pass only because he's really young. Now, what I'm not giving a pass is the referees in the front office of the NBA. They should have done something about that. They should have did something. I hate that. I'm glad the Knicks. I'm glad the Knicks got it done in 5. But at the end of the day, me and my brother-in-law was talking. He was like, "Did you see when Cat told him to scoot in on the inbounds?" I said, "That don't matter. The ref's job is to say back up. That's the ref's job." When Wemby did what he did to Brunson, even sticking his foot underneath him, that is the ref's job to call the foul. It's not Wemby's. Wemby can do whatever he wants. They gotta call something. Not the Wemby, and you can grab somebody if you want. They gotta call it on their own. The ref has to call that. The front office.
But that's what I'm saying. And with that type of stuff, I think he's being influenced to be a dirty player. Like he's getting away with murder out there, bro. And it's because the NBA wants to see him succeed.
But the NBA has to do something about it. Not Wemby's gonna be Wemby, bro.
But that's why I ultimately think this may have been his opportunity, bro, and he missed it. Because look, let's just look at the recent history of the NBA. For one, nobody's made it to the finals back-to-back years, period. In what, the last
10 years, no, 6 years, 7 years, 7 years, 2019.
8 years, right? So nobody's even made it back to the finals in the last 8 years, back-to-back, right? So, and it's because it's so much parity in the NBA that everybody's getting their other teams. Every team looks different than next year. Nobody looks. OKC was the closest that I think that we've seen to be able to make it back to back.
Right.
Because they kept basically their same team. They were playing the same. They were playing good. There were another team that liked to play with each other, and they just got beat by an alien. You know what I mean? They didn't have an answer for him. So what happens next year when what happens next year when OKC has an answer for him?
When they have J-Dub back. I get what you're saying, but here's my pushback to that. Bruh, Dylan Harper's going to be better next year. Stephon Castle's going to be better next year. Wemby's going to be better next year and probably stronger next year. Bruh, I don't know, bruh. I think they're gonna be legit. Like I know we're gonna pick who we're gonna think is gonna get there. That's the easy pick. But no, I don't see how you could pick against not OKC, San Antonio, because they even have, even though you could blame Fox and what he did in the finals, I get it. That's still a tradable asset. Let's not think that they can't trade him and get something for him. Somebody will take Fox in his contract. When y'all saying China, that sounds good, but trust me, somebody will trade for De'Aaron Fox.
Houston.
Bro, stop.
Bro, Houston, man. Houston, bro. What team needed a point guard this year bad?
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that, bro, are they gonna even have KD, bro? They might move on from KD, bro.
They should move on from KD. Hey, just not to jump past the finals, bro, but bro, is KD ruining his legacy, bro? For real? Because I can see Houston moving on from him, bro. I can really see it. And I can see nobody being surprised or calling them dumb for doing it.
I think so. This is and I'm gonna let box office go after me, but I just want to say this. I understand what you're saying. For somebody, like for the kids that's coming up that's not gonna know KD, they're not gonna know how great he was. Because it just seems like, bro, you went from team to team to team to team to team. And even in the team that you went on when you won a chip, you played on a team that already won a chip before you were even there. So I get what you're saying. But for somebody like me, it doesn't take away from what KD, but KD is a monster, bro.
But I'll say this, like what you said, the looking from the team to team to team to team thing, Shaq did that, and nobody can say that Shaq was Shaq. Even
but the Lakers didn't win before Shaq. I mean, obviously they won before Shaq, but I'm saying they didn't win with the current roster before Shaq got there. That's the difference. So no, I think that's equivalent. But I get what you're
late in Shaq's career. They was passing around. They was passing Shaq around like a blunt, bro.
They were, but a lot of players end up being like that. When you look at like Jerry Rice, I'm gonna go to football, but he went to the Raiders, to the Seahawks. You know, like, but nobody cares. Like, bro, he was a 49er, bro.
Bro, I see kids that don't know who this Jerry Rice dude was. That's what I saw. I saw a video of a guy. I think I put it in our group message. He was like, "Man, who is this number 80 Rice?" That
But they disrespectful. They say he should be a tight end into the. I'm like, bro, y'all are idiots, bro.
And like that's what I'm saying. Like these kids nowadays, bro, we looking at, like I said, that little boy didn't know who Jerry Rice was. He didn't know who I forgot. He didn't know a couple of people were, and I was like, dog, this little dude tripping. But like kids 10, 15 years from now, they're not gonna be talking about KD like that.
They won't.
And
that's sad because I know you disagree with this, but it's not a big drop off with him and Bron. And I know you think different. See, I understand that. But I'm saying if you watch them both in their primes, of course I give Bron the edge because of the success he's had, for sure. We're not going to do that. But what I'm saying, hold on, I don't know. Hunter got a million things up there. I don't know. Let me see which one's Hunter.
No, yeah.
Hopefully I got the right one. Well, see, I'm going to let you add him whenever he comes on. But now I think it's not even like, for people that's not going to witness KD, it's not even gonna be comparable. It's gonna be like, bro, you're smoking some if you think KD is almost as good as Bron.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why I said in the end of their careers, that KD LeBron comparison is gonna be null and void now. You know what I mean? But I think KD, I wouldn't say he's ruining his legacy. And what's crazy is really not because of his play. It's because of other things. Like, sure, he's not the KD from OKC or the Warriors now anymore, but he's not that KD that can take over a game. Like, oh my God, KD's still on the team; he can come back. He's not that guy anymore. So I think it may sound crazy. I think KD needs to retire. I really do, bro.
But you forget that with Brooklyn, dog, he was a toenail away from knocking off Giannis them yet.
But his toenail was on the
I
line.
know. I'm just saying. No
Well, no,
Kyrie,
he
no.
was Kyrie and Harden away from
Right.
knocking out.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like KD
They
was one of
were
them
up
ones.
2-0. They were up 2-0, and them two fools got hurt.
Right.
And KD took them to game 7. But here's my thing. I don't think he can ruin his legacy in any way. I just don't think people respect his career. Not me, but a lot of people don't respect KD's career. I think a lot more people respect, for example, Dirk Nowitzki's career just because he won with Dallas, and KD joined the Warriors to do it. I respect his career because I know he was the best player on the Warriors. You know, it's funny when we think about these the ring stuff. Think about this, okay? I don't know if y'all ever gave this a shot. If we were ranking the top 20 players of NBA all time, most of us would have Curry over KD because of his resume. Right. But I know when they were on the same team who was the best player. So it's like, are you ranking resume or are you ranking just who you think is the better player? Because to me, I'm a fan of both. So I can't even be taking a shot at either one. KD was the best Warrior player. Like
I on the same team. I agree. When they were on the same team, and I always say this: if you give me my starting 5 all time, and I said this before, I think I said on this show, I'm starting KD on my starting 5. See, I know you probably like about to fall out your chair when I say that, but I'm going Bron at 1, Kobe and Jordan at the 2 and 3, KD at the 4, and Shaq at the 5. That's my starting 5. I think that's the starters that I'm rolling with, and I know people would say, "Oh, why not Curry?" No, I'm good. I think KD brings more to the table than Curry, but he doesn't have a better resume. He does not have a better resume than Curry.
I agree, but I disagree at the same time. When I think that KD was more of the missing piece that they needed to make that Golden State team unstoppable. But I think that if you take Curry out that team, they're not as good, or I don't think that they go to the finals if you take Curry out that team and leave KD on there. But if you take KD off of that team, they went to the finals. They won the
record
finals.
in basketball ever without KD. Best basketball record without KD.
Right. So I just don't think that. Yeah, we say if y'all can say that he was a better player on that team, I can't say that. I really can't say that. I'd say that he was the missing piece on that team. He was another option on that team. They were 1A and 1B on that team. But I look at those two players, KD and Curry. Those are the only two players that I've ever seen in the NBA, and I'm 47 years old. That if KD was the first that I saw, that every time that ball left his hand, I thought that ball was going in. I remember looking at him at OKC and how he released the ball. I was like, damn, that's another bucket. And I would be surprised when he missed, super surprised. And then I think that was the year that he won MVP that I was like that. Then the next time I saw that was when Steph went crazy. That year Steph went crazy and they won their first championship. Every time he hit he got the ball in his hand and it left his hands, I thought that ball was going in. I never forget that time they were playing OKC, as a matter of fact. And it went into overtime. And like Curry wasn't missing. I called my wife in there because she didn't know. She had heard Steph Curry's name, but she never saw him. And I said, "Look, watch this." And I pointed. I said, "Number 30, right there, him." And he didn't miss. I showed her him in the third quarter, and she sat there and watched basically to the end of the game. Maybe walked out a couple of times. She never saw that man miss a shot. And like I said, I looked at that, and those are the only two players I've ever seen in history that I never thought that they were going to miss a shot when they left it. It was a point in time in their career I never thought they were going to miss a shot. And I just ain't going to give it to KD being the best player on their team together. I think he was a missing piece to that team. He was the piece that they needed to beat Bron. And that's, I think, his claim to fame. And if you beat Bron at that time, that means you were the champion. You were going to be the champion because they were the only team that could do it. He breezed through the whole East, and they made it through the West every time, and they won.
Yeah, but to me, in those finals, though, KD was the best Warrior, though. And, like, every time they needed a big bucket, they went to him. He led the team in scoring. He's more efficient than Curry in terms of just shooting percentages. So it's just, to me, I just think and that's where I struggle because, like I said, I think KD's better player, but Curry's got the better resume. So it's like when you go through these lists, top 10 players, how do you really break it down?
Yeah, I agree with box office because, like, my thing is resume is one thing, but take resume, and I know you can't take resume out, but take resume out. Just think about, I see these dudes playing, these dudes hooping. Bruh, KD, you see him hoop? Like you said, see, that boy top 10. Just off the eye test, you like, oh, that boy top 10 for sure.
And right now, I don't know how much y'all look at the scoring list all the time. KD plays 2 more years. He's gonna be number 2 behind LeBron. And I don't care a lot about those longevity stuff, but it's like a lot of people care about that. So it's like, well, number 2 all time in scoring, I guess, got to mean something. And that's a KD that's had some major injuries.
Hey, C, would you be mad if KD would have, let's just say, like, going off your theory, if the Rockets traded for Fox, but they traded KD in that trade, and KD ended up in San Antonio?
Oh, bro.
That'll be the most ridiculous thing. David Stern or wake up from the dead and veto their trade, bro.
I actually thought before he signed in Houston, I was saying he should go to San Antonio.
Yeah, I think he just makes bad decisions like that too. And like the only good decision I think he's ever made in his career was going to Golden State.
And I said at the time it's a bad decision to leave. When he was leaving, he showed me he cares too much what other people got to say. Absolutely. I on purpose would have stayed on the Warriors and won 6 rings and said F you to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do the opposite to piss you off. Like, I felt like he felt pressure of people not respecting the rings.
They ain't gonna respect the rings anyway. I ain't leaving because you say you don't respect the rings.
That's what I'm saying. I think he should have really pushed it then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way I would have let them people run me out of Golden State.
Exactly.
I'd have been like, you ain't gotta respect the ring. I'm gonna keep getting them bitches too. Watch. You're gonna be real mad this year because I'm finna. We lost. Oh yeah, Kawhi. I got hurt and Kawhi didn't won. Guess what we're gonna do next year? We're gonna beat that. Whoever come out the East, we're gonna beat the brakes off of. Kawhi leaving. Oh, y'all already know what's gonna happen. Kawhi and LeBron out the East, we're gonna really run through them. I would have legit stayed there. Like you said, I'd have won. I'd have kept winning as long as we could have. But what I really think he needed to do, the word is he rejected that Golden State trade, not last year, but year before last. And he rejected the trade back to Golden State. He should have done that, bro. He should have went right back to Golden State, bro, and tried to see if they could make catch lightning in a bottle again, and do that. And word is Steph is trying to get Clay back over there, bro. So I think that my thing, I would put that whole Warriors team back together. Bring Clay back, bring KD back. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it, bro. Y'all old, try to be the old Warriors while y'all the old Warriors.
I think the Spurs should go after KD. In the fourth quarter, they would have beat the Knicks with KD because he wouldn't have froze in the fourth quarter.
Shit, guess who they needed, bro?
Who's that?
Chris Paul, bro.
Hey,
If they would have had Chris Paul in this series, guess what, bro? They probably win this series. Chris Paul, they don't blow a 29-point lead with Chris Paul in there. He stops everything. He says, stop shooting all them damn threes. Since Johnson ain't gonna say it, I'm gonna say it. Y'all stop shooting all them damn threes. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm not gonna pass it to you. Guess what else Chris Paul would have stopped? Wemby from bringing that ball up the court. He would have stopped all that. You never would have been able to pass the ball into his back because he never would have turned his back. He would have been sitting there telling you to get him the ball. Like they fumbled the bag right there. And then I would have signed him. If I were the Spurs, once he became a free agent again after they got cut, I would have signed him, bro. For just this type of thing right here. I really would have, man. That's all I was thinking. Every time they would mess up with their guard play, that's all I was thinking. Chris Paul would have never let that happen.
All right, let's move on to next year. Who are your favorites to get to the finals next year? If you had to say right now, obviously it's going to change 5 more times because free agency is going to happen and injuries are going to happen. And just tell me the sneaky team that might make it as well.
I got Spurs Knicks again. I think the Spurs are the best team in basketball. They were too young this year. That's what made me not pick them against the Knicks. I think the Knicks are the best team in the East. I don't have to see any more from anybody else in the East. See you adding a Hunter, or is me need to add a Hunter?
I just tried to. I think something going on with his computer.
But I think when you win a championship, yeah, sometimes you can become, big-headed. But I think the Knicks have this griminess to them, kind of like their city. And I just think that they're going to be even better next year. They finally got that monkey off their back, so to speak. I think the Knicks will be right back there again. Based off of right now, obviously, free agency is going to hit. You understand that. But I think the Spurs need to tweak a couple of things. I'll throw a couple of names out there to y'all. I said the KD one. I think that's the one. I wrote it down right here. KD. They should trade for KD. If not KD, I think a guy like Trey Murphy. I think you bring him in. Just another 3-point shooter, athletic. Put him around Wemby. That would be a great look for him. But I'm going to tell you another guy, and I know he gets a lot of slack from people, but I think he would be good on this particular team. And I know C's about to lose it. Bruh, Julius Randle. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Randle is the second option in Minnesota. He comes to San Antonio. He's not the second option, but he is somebody that has that dog. Like he has that physique where he can. When Wemby comes out the game, I think that's the problem with the Spurs. They don't have but like they're big. I can't even think of my man's name. What's his name? The backup center. For the Spurs. What's his name? God,
Luke Cornett.
I think he's cool, but I just don't think that nobody fears him. But I think somebody like a Randle that can come off the bench. I think that'd be a good look for the Spurs. Obviously, my number one option for the Spurs to go get this offseason is KD, followed by Trey Murphy. But I think a guy like Randle or somebody of that stature to come off the bench would be a good look for the Spurs. But I do think the Spurs are going to come out the West. And they'll be playing the Knicks again next year.
I personally, I think it's gonna be my Knicks coming out of the East.
Oh God,
my Knicks coming out of the East, but cup of ice super. I would also say, just because I think it's gonna be somebody different out the West, maybe. Depending on how their offseason goes, I'd say the Timberwolves. I think they have a good chance. Because they're just one piece away. You know what I'm saying? From being right there with everybody else over there in the West. No, they haven't left OKC and San Antonio hasn't left him yet. Left the Timberwolves yet. They haven't completely just they ran off on the plug. They just happen to be better right now. and the number 2 option can't be Julius Randle for him.
Right.
They're going to have to find somebody else. I think maybe a Trey Murphy would be good for them. You know what I mean? I think Trey Murphy would be a damn good.
Bro, Trey Murphy for any team in the NBA
Yeah,
is going to be a good pickup.
yeah,
He can
bro.
shoot. He's athletic. He's tall. He got a long wingspan. Dog, anybody gets Trey Murphy that's a contender, I think that can change some things for some teams. Boston. Maybe if they would get a Trey Murphy over there. San Antonio for sure. OKC. If somebody can land Trey Murphy, I think that'll be a big pickup for any contender. Even though your Pistons box office, if they can get Trey Murphy, bro, they can take that team to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, the Pistons need a second scorer behind Cunningham. Jalen Duran is not the second best option you can have. He's a third. But with me, I actually agree with X. If I had to say today, it's the Knicks and the Spurs again. I actually think the Knicks' confidence after winning this title is an all-time high. And they play well down the stretch. And the Spurs, man, they're going to be around forever. They're going to be trouble. They're going to learn from this. I believe in Mitch Johnson getting on them and learning from these experiences. Wemby will be hungry. The Spurs also strike me as a young team that is going to be pissed off next year.
Right.
You know, I believe they're going to be out on a mission next year. And if I had to say right now, I would stick with the Knicks and Spurs. A sneaky team, though, to me, is someone like the Indiana Pacers. I think with Halliburton coming back, Siakam still there. I like the Zubats pickup. Rick Carlisle is still there. I think they could be a playoff team that could cause teams issues next year. And the Pacers will continue building. I'm excited for Halliburton to come back. But as of right now, I just don't see a need to say anybody other than the Spurs and the Knicks. Now, if KD goes somewhere else, that could shift things around. We mentioned KD to San Antonio. What if the Thunder want KD back?
Right.
They have to sign Chet Holmgren. Somebody mentioned, would you trade 3 first-round picks and Chet Holmgren for Giannis?
Hell yeah,
I would. So yeah. So it's also Giannis. You know?
He's gonna be on the move. I don't think he's gonna be in Milwaukee next year.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to be in Milwaukee next year. So it's like, where does he end up? Does he shake up things in the East or the West? So
I think the team that I say sleeper, I know it's not really a sleeper because they were number 1 seed. I think it's Detroit. I think Detroit is one player away, bro, from giving the Knicks all kind of problems because I think that they act like bullies too. Huh?
Giannis come to Detroit.
Because they have the personality that the Knicks ain't gonna scare them. Like they're not gonna be punked on the block. Like they with the dumb stuff. I think the Pistons is the team that I think would. Yeah. If I was gonna say somebody's gonna knock off the Knicks next year, it'll be the Pistons in the East.
Okay. Anything else y'all want to cover NBA wise?
I want to play my little game, man. I wanted HMB to be on here for this, man, but he having all kinds of problems. I didn't get that one. All right. So we're about to play. Is Bronson better than this player? That's on there.
Is this right now or all time? Because when you said top 5 all time, I was like, hell no.
I was saying top 5 in the finals all time. I wasn't talking about top 5 playoffs.
But you got my phone falling down talking crazy like that.
Yeah, no, man. I'm saying top 5. I was saying top 5 in the finals all time when I said that. You know I ain't crazy, bro. All right. So, but this is I guess you got that a lot of these players don't play anymore, so we're gonna say all time. with this win, does this put Jalen Brunson over these players all time? First person we have Allen Iverson.
I'm afraid he is. I think if Allen Iverson and Jalen Brunson played 1-on-1, I think Iverson would win, but it's not 1-on-1. It's
Right.
5-on-5. I think Brunson's a better team player. I think Brunson's a little more patient. And I think Brunson is very clutch. Iverson's from Virginia, but look, the guy took the Knicks to the finals and won it. I'm gonna say Iverson. I'm gonna say Brunson.
Damn, bro. You put me in a tight spot. This was tough, bro. Oh, man. Because I felt like Iverson carried his team to the finals, and there was no way on earth they were going to beat the Lakers, bro. Brunson, the Knicks wasn't beating the Lakers neither.
Yeah.
so it's like, but for him to get one, if you remember, the Lakers didn't lose no games that entire run until they played the Sixers.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm going to give it to Brunson, but I don't like it. I'm not going to lie to you.
I get it, man. I get it. So to answer my own question, hell no, he's not better than Bubba Chuck, bro. His resume is better than Iverson, bro. But I'm going by actual player. Like he said, if they play 1-on-1, I believe Iverson gives him buckets. I believe he gives him buckets, and it's not even close. I believe if you put Iverson on this Knicks team that just played this Spurs team, they do the exact same thing, if not sweep them.
No, I disagree. I think the Spurs beat them.
Word?
I do. I swear to God, I do. I think so, bro. I really do. I think that Brunson's a better leader. I do.
I think that Iverson actually just did what he had to do because he didn't have no help. Iverson, I know we always say Bron ain't have no help, blah blah blah, whatever. Iverson ain't have no help, bro. For real. For real.
But outside of that big run, that finals run, Iverson, I mean, it was cool. The rest of it was cool.
All right. Okay. Well, outside of this finals run.
Hey, but Brunson's still playing, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking, as far as what we've seen, the only thing that he has over Iverson to me is that ring, bro.
Hey, I get, hey, bro, I feel like I'm arguing my own fucking, I feel like, bro, I know where you're going with it, but I'm just, I don't know, bro. Dang, that one's tough.
For me, it's more about, like, who do I trust more? And I trust Brunson more.
I don't go by, I understand the trust thing. I kind of go by who, if I needed a bucket, who I'm giving the ball to, who I got, if I need a bucket. And I really don't know, to be honest. I think both of them go give me a damn bucket, bro. But for real, if I need one bucket, I'm trusting AI to go get it, bro. I'm trusting AI over a lot of people to go get that one bucket, to be honest with you.
I got a question for y'all before you go to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Was AI's game 1 versus the Lakers, because he dropped, I think, 41 or 42, more impressive than Jalen Brunson's game 5?
No.
Ooh, that's tough.
No, and the reason I'm gonna say no is because Brunson didn't need overtime.
But Brunson still had a better team, bro. Bro, Iverson did that with me, you, and X on the team, bro.
Hey, yo, I'm a hooper, man.
Nah, bro. Nah. I saw a podcast. They went over the rosters from
Eric Snow, George Lynch. I remember the team. Theo Rat.
Yeah.
No, not Theo Ratliff.
Yeah, Theo
Hill.
Ratliff.
No, but Ratliff got traded because they got Dikembe Mutombo. If you remember, Mutombo.
Mutombo, McKee,
Yeah,
Roger
Hill.
Bell was on that team.
Yeah,
Kevin
McKee.
Ollie, Eric
Yep.
Snow.
Yep.
Yeah, all them sorry ass people, bro. They and he took them and beat those Lakers one game. That one game was important, bro. That one game cemented his legacy. And they compared him to Bron's 07 finals team. And they said, you take AI off of that team and you take LeBron off that team, which team wins?
I think the Cavs win. And at least Iverson got one against Shaq and Kobe. LeBron didn't get any because he couldn't shoot a damn.
Hey, yo, watch your mouth, boy.
And Iverson actually showed up in those finals. Unlike LeBron, he couldn't shoot a damn thing. He shot 18% on jump shots. Give me those Cavs, and Iverson was more impressive.
Nah, bro.
LeBron
was also 15 years old, and and he averaged like high 20s in that game. I don't want to hear that efficiency shit.
Efficiency matters. Efficiency matters.
No, it don't. He put the ball in the hoop. He put points on the board.
He averaged 22. Iverson averaged 35.
Okay.
And Iverson was more efficient. So,
bro, like I said, well, you just said that the Cavs, he had more weapons, I guess you could say, on the Cavs. He was spreading the ball out. And LeBron ain't never been just I'm a score first player. But that's not even an argument right now. All right, so I'll take Iverson. So y'all both will take Brunson.
Yep.
In a one-on-one game, I'll take Iverson.
All right, so let's make this more interesting. Mr. Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups.
I'm taking Brunson. And Billups, I feel like Billups, but his team was so much better than the Knicks to me. I think the Pistons team was better, in my opinion, than the Knicks are. The Knicks are cool, but I think the Pistons were a better team. So yeah, I'm thinking Brunson. I think if Brunson was on that Pistons team, they would have did the same thing. If Billups was on this Knicks team, I can't say that.
Yeah, give me Brunson, even though I'm a Billups guy. Brunson's a true number one option. I think he proved that with this title. He averaged 32 in the finals. Meanwhile, Billups, I think, is a great player on a team with guys like similar to his level. You know, the Rip Hamiltons, the Rasheed Wallaces, and them. The Pistons were a much better team. But I just think as the number one option, give me Brunson.
Okay.
Who you got, C? Don't try to duck it. Who you taking?
Bro, I got Brunson, bro. I'm gonna tell you like this. I got Brunson, and it ain't even close.
Wow. You chose two dudes that was traded for each other, bro.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got Brunson, and it ain't even close, bro. All right, next player. Let's see. Ooh.
I got Kyrie. I ain't lying.
You got Kyrie?
I got Kyrie. I do. I know that might not be popular with other people, but I'm taking Kyrie. And I know Kyrie didn't win without Bron, and I understand the argument for Brunson, a dog for sure, but I'm taking Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kyrie as well. Brunson has proven he can lead teams better, so I'll give Brunson that. But I feel like as good of a closer as Brunson was, Kyrie is one of the best closers in basketball.
Maybe have one of the biggest shots in NBA history. Has one of the biggest shots in NBA history.
I mean, his shot and Ray Allen's shot to me are the two biggest shots. So I'm gonna go Kyrie. I love Brunson. Once again, it just goes down to who I trust the last second, and I trust Kyrie a little more.
Okay. I'm taking Brunson.
I
I'm
ain't
taking
mad at you.
Brunson. I'm taking Brunson, and the reason why I'm taking Brunson, I take Brunson one-on-one. As
Oh, come
crazy
on,
as
see.
it sounds.
Come on, see.
I take Brunson one-on-one, bro. Brunson, I think, got the dog that Kyrie don't have. I really do, bro. I believe we've seen Kyrie. We've seen Kyrie with his own team, with weapons around him.
What
And
weapons? Ooh,
Boston, the boy had Jason Tatum and
they
Jalen
were
Brown.
so they were babies. They
Bro,
were babies. They were come on, see. They were babies at the time.
bro,
And
bro.
Kyrie
Them
would
same,
destroy Brunson 1-on-1, bro.
I agree. I think Kyrie would destroy Brunson
hold up,
one on one.
hold up. They say you say they was babies. Them same babies went to the finals the year after he got off their team without him,
Hey, it takes time, bro. Hey, but I'm just saying, bro. I no, bro.
bro.
They
Well,
were babies.
that all right, babies or not, bro. I'm taking Brunson because I guarantee you that you put Brunson on that same stage with those same players, and he take them further. He got a dog in him that I have not seen in Kyrie. Kyrie, and you reverse roles with put Brunson on that team with LeBron. Guess what they do? Win the championship, same like they did with Kyrie. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know that, bro. I don't know that. I ain't lying to you. I'm
I
not
do.
knocking, brother. I'm not saying they wouldn't. I'm just saying that I don't think it's a given, like you saying. Remember, game 5, LeBron and Kyrie had 40. Game 6, they won in Cleveland. Then 7, Kyrie had the big shot. Like, I don't know, bro. You wilding with that, bro.
You ain't told me nothing that Kyrie did that Brunson couldn't do. Brunson hits that same shot. Brunson hit.
Yeah, sounds good. That sounds.
Brunson goes for 40. Brunson goes for 40. Brunson just went for 45.
He did, bro. He did. But the Spurs now are super young compared to the Warriors, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you that what I saw in that boy, man, you can't see. I just don't see. I just don't see it being no different, bro. I don't see it being no different with him. With him out there hooping like that, bro. I'm
Okay,
taking.
I'm not mad at you. I don't think it's blasphemous to say that you would take Brunson, but I get where you're going with it.
All right, so we 2-1. Y'all both got Kyrie. I got Brunson.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's get it more interesting.
Oh, give me Brunson.
Yeah, I gotta take. Go
I
ahead.
mean, Lillard was a clutch player. But at the end of the day, like I just have seen Brunson way more from Brunson in bigger moments. He's beaten the Bostons. He's beaten the who they beat this year, the Cleveland, the Cavs. So every time Lillard had that big moment and stage to do it, he fell short. Um, Nor were those Portland teams bad. So, and then I saw him team up with Giannis, and it wasn't good at all. Give me Bronson.
Yeah, I'm with Box Office, and I love Damian Lillard. God, I love Damian Lillard. But everything he just said, everybody knows that Dame has hit big shots in series. We understand that. But I also saw him lose to the Pelicans in the first round
Yep.
with CJ McCollum, with LaMarcus Aldridge and the boys. Like he had talent around him. It's not like they were just trash.
Got
So
swept, huh?
I don't remember if it was a sweep. I don't want to lie to you. I don't remember if it was a sweep. It might
I
have
think
He
been.
that was the
did.
whole thing. I think the Pelicans swept them.
Yeah,
I
but
think he did.
But I have to go Brunson. Lillard is special as far as scoring the ball, but outside of that, I just think that Brunson can kind of match him on that. But then the leadership qualities, the dog mentality, the never backing down, no matter who he's playing against, I gotta go Brunson.
I'm going. I'm going Brunson too because I've seen him. I've seen him do it. I'm not gonna keep on going with. I'm not gonna go with somebody which I thought that I think that has more athletic ability because I think that Dame is more athletically able. I think that as just a pure hoops player, he probably
Yeah.
more talented than Brunson. But I've seen Brunson do it. I've seen him do it. And I would trust him to do it more at the end too, even though Dame has been clutch. I think Dame is a dog, but nah, I'm going with Brunson. I think Brunson just got it, bro. He got it, man, and he showed that. All right, so we all three on Brunson over Lillard, right? All right. I think we're gonna be all in compliance with this one, next one too. Hall of
Yeah.
Fame, John Stockton. Who you going, Brunson or Stockton?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'll give Stockton, he's a better passer. Other than that, I'm gonna go Brunson. Stockton was a good player, and I think he's like a great number two, but he'll never win a title, being your number one. So I mean, couldn't win it being your number two. Now then they did play against Mike, but regardless, I'll take Brunson. The only thing I'll take Stockton is a better passer.
Now listen, shout out to all the John Stockton fans out there. See you wrong for that because you know how I feel. But what I will say something good about him, he did play in Michael Jordan's era. So is Brunson the Knicks beating Michael Jordan? Hell no. So I'll give him that. But I'm taking Brunson for sure. For sure, for sure. John Stockton to me, bruh, I hate to say this because I feel bad. It's so overrated, bruh. And I know people love John Stockton, but and I'm not saying like he's a really good player, great player. But when people say that like he's in the argument of the GOAT point guard, that's when I say you overrated. You're not in the argument. You're a good player, but there's a lot of guys I would take before I take John Stockton.
Me too. Bro, y'all gonna think I'm tripping. Bro, I take somebody like I was gonna go too far. I was gonna say Tim Hardaway.
See what I'm saying?
But I ain't gonna take Tim over him. I might, dog. I might really take Tim Hardaway over him. So, but with that said, I damn sure take Brunson over him. Easy. And I think we giving him a pass with he played in the Michael Jordan era because who Jordan beat to go to the finals? Those Knicks teams.
Yeah, but you ain't, bro. The Knicks, you got
The
the Pacers. Like, come on, bro. We're not
Knicks,
doing that.
The Magic.
I think them Knicks team beat the Jazz.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, I feel like, bro, Patrick Ewing's so underrated, bro.
Yeah, I think the Knicks team beat the Jazz. Hell, I think Reggie them beat the Jazz.
Yeah, me too. I do think Reggie didn't win that series if they beat the Bulls. Yep.
So I ain't gonna just say it's because it was Mike. I just think that it was. I think the Jazz had Karl Malone and they had a slightly above average point guard in John Stockton that knew how to get him the ball.
They had a great system that worked for what they did. That's all it was.
System. Their pick and roll, they're the best two people to ever run that pick and roll.
And they had the players around them that made it successful.
Exactly. Oster Tag, Hornacek, all them boys. They
Russell,
were
yep.
Yeah, they were the perfect players to be on that team. And they will get their ass kicked with whoever came out the East that year. so I'm just saying I'm not as impressed with John Stockton as others are. All right, this one is the last one, and I'm curious to see y'all's answer on this.
I'm going
Isaiah.
Yeah, he beat Mike, bro. Like I'm just saying, he beat Mike, bro. He beat Boston. He beat Mike. Like we're not doing that, Isaiah, bro. And I know you're gonna say their team was better. I get all that, but yeah, I'm going Isaiah, bro.
I'm going Isaiah as well. The resume is not even close. He went to 3 finals, won 2 of them, and he in the era he did it. Mike Bird, and then Magic and Kareem in the finals.
Right.
I mean, I think Isaiah Dumars and those bad boy Pistons are so underrated all time though, because they won despite playing all the great teams. I mean, Magic and Kareem and Mike, and then Bird and Mikhail and them. I mean, I just think they fly under the radar all time, because those teams were more popular and those players were more popular, but they went to 3 finals and won 2 of them.
Yeah, all that's true. I personally hated them Pistons teams.
And the clear number 1 option too.
Clear number 1 option. You're right. Both of them are him and Brunson are clear.
No, I agree, but just I'm just saying, like, really, like when you think about those Pistons teams, bro, like I know they were a defensive juggernaut, but I'm just saying, like, their offense, like, bro, they were all right offensively, bro. But
no, they sucked offense.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and they still beat the Celtics, the Bulls. Like, bro, that's crazy.
Bro, the games was 75-79.
I understand. I'm still going Zeke, bro.
Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with y'all. I'm gonna go with Isaiah Thomas because I just think that he was, when we talk about a dog, hey, bro, he might seem like, if you look at him, you might think he's sweet. He ain't, bro. That
Shit
boy
ain't sweet over here.
Yeah, bro. That boy's a dog, man. He was a dog. He was the leader of those bad boys, bro. And he'll mix it up with you too. It wasn't just letting Ben Mahorn and them boys. You'll have Isaiah a little bit in there, running right up in there with him too. So you know what I mean. And he could actually hoop, bro. His handle is underrated all time. Like I said, he wasn't just an offensive juggernaut, but I remember this man playing on one leg and getting what he had 30 something that game.
Yep.
On one leg in the finals, bro. This boy, he did what it took to win. Now I will say this though, he beat Mike. Yes, he did beat Mike. He beat Mike young though. Mike was still young. Him and Scotty was just getting together. And those are those years that Scotty was having problems with migraines too. His first couple of years in the league. Once Scotty got some Excedrin, and them boys started hooping together, it was all downhill from there for Isaiah and them Pistons, bro. So I'll give that one to him, and the overreaction stopped right there. So the recap. Y'all took
Kyrie and Isaiah.
Y'all took Kyrie and Isaiah, and I took Iverson
and Isaiah.
Yeah. Y'all ain't take. Oh yeah, y'all took Kyrie. Y'all didn't take Dame. Y'all didn't take Chauncey. Nobody took John Stockton. But okay.
I got an interesting one.
Okay, go ahead.
Stockton or Westbrook?
Westbrook.
Give me Stockton.
Fuck no, bro.
Dang,
101 Westbrook would beat him. Give me like 5-on-5. I'd rather have Stockton.
Dang, but y'all put me in the spot right here. Because I get why Boat would take, I get why C's taking Westbrook, and I get why you're taking Stockton. IQ,
efficiency.
I get all that, bro. But C getting a dog, bro. A dog. Damn. It would just depend on the team I have. I'm going to pick somebody. I'm going to say Stockton slightly, but I'm not mad at you taking Westbrook, C.
I'm going to tell you why I'm taking Westbrook. He's Mr. Triple-Double for real. That means he can do all three of them. All three of them. He can score, he can pass, and he can rebound. And defensively, he ain't a cone. Guess who was a cone, bro? We never say this about John Stockton. John Stockton couldn't guard nobody on the court.
Doesn't he have the most steals?
Yeah, he does have, but that's why we always say like stats is kind of like can be swayed a
Yeah,
little bit. But I get what y'all both saying
Y'all
though. But I
like
don't think
longevity stats, so
right.
but I mean, we saw Stockton too. We saw Stockton play. Do you think anybody was ever scared of John Stockton when they said when they saw John Stockton on them, they got the ball out their hand? Hell no.
I don't think
what
you
was
I
his
don't think you
name?
I think you disrespectful calling him a cone. I don't think he was that bad. I don't think he's like
Bruh,
I think he's better than Steve Nash. I think he's better than there's some guys out there. I would take him defensively over. But yeah, I'm not gonna say he's the greatest defender. He's not Gary Payton either.
bruh, man couldn't move his feet to save his life, bro. Nah, nobody. He wasn't on the first or the second or the third person on it that they would switch to get on Stockton. Go watch some footage, bro.
Well, yeah, no, but you gotta think like, okay, like of course, if MJ has the ball, he's gonna try to get the switch where Stockton's guarding him because Stockton's too small. I get that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think he was like you're making it seem like he was like James Harden or something. No, he was smart. He made good decisions defensively and offensively. So I don't think he's like a cone. I think he's definitely better than James Harden and them on defense.
I think he played the lanes better than them. I do think that, but I also think that was how his team was built too. He was in good position defensively to do that because they had to make up for the part of him not being able to stay. He could not stay in front of nobody, bro. He could not. You talk about Michael Jordan, Ron Harper. Ron Harper was seeing
No,
all
Ron
these.
Harper's way bigger than him too, though.
Wow, I don't care, bro. I don't care, man. I noted that boy couldn't stay in front of him. It wasn't because they took him to the post; they took him to the rack and shot and shot over him. So you know what I'm saying? I just don't think he couldn't hold nobody. Could he hold anybody in this NBA?
I think. Let me tell you what I think. I think that's why I think you and I think a little different. Am I saying that he's the greatest defensive player ever? No. But you know how like I know it's gonna sound so bad what I'm about to say. But you know, like Matthew Dellavedova played hard defensively. That's how I
Yeah.
felt. That's how I felt Stockton played defensively. Like, he played hard, smart. He wasn't I'm not saying he's the greatest defensive player, but he wasn't the worst neither. Not in my opinion.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna say he was the worst because he did play the lane well. I'm actually glad box office reminded me of that because I had forgotten all about his steals, but he did play the lane better. I think that they put him in a better position too. But I he just wasn't. Nobody was intimidated by having him on.
His IQ, bruh. I feel like, bruh, you put like him like on them Spurs teams with Tim Duncan, bruh. Bruh. It's shout out to Tony Parker. Tony Parker was great, but I think he would have fit in perfect with them.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But I don't know. I tell
and
I
I think and I think he's got the most assists all time.
He's up there.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's first. I just checked it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna take three. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the score and the rebound and the assist and the defense. I'm gonna take those four over that one, or those two.
I'm just gonna take a guy I trust. Like,
Right.
yeah, Westbrook I don't trust Westbrook last 5 minutes of the game. He takes some boneheaded shots. I felt a big reason KD left OKC's because he just felt like he couldn't win with them anymore. I think he gave it enough time and just said, I can't win the title with this dude.
KD's decision making, I don't trust it. I just think he just
He made a good decision. He went to the Warriors and won 2 rings.
yeah. Then he went to Brooklyn. Then he went to Phoenix. Then he went to Houston. That he made one decision out of 5 right.
And he'll be in San Antonio next year. Woo!
All right, hey, I just thought of somebody else. So this is gonna be. I really want to hear what y'all say about this. Is Brunson better than this guy?
Damn.
I
Damn. No, bruh. He ain't better than Luca, bruh. I get what you're saying. I do. I do. But there's no way if I'm drafting in a vacuum. I'm not talking about I get this coach, these players to put around them, the Knicks. I'm just talking about player for player. I'm taking Luca, bro.
Yeah, I'm going Luca, and I think Luca will eventually get his ring in New York, or sorry, LA. And it wouldn't surprise me if the Knicks are one and done with the rings. They have a really good team. But yeah, I'm gonna go Luca. Luca went to the finals with the Mavs, and I think he ran into just a better Boston team. Like I said, I think Luca's gonna win in LA, at least one. I'll go Luca.
I'm going big body Brunson.
We know you are. See,
and no, not because of what y'all think. Y'all think I just don't like Luca.
Well, you
Bro.
don't.
No, but I don't dislike Luca. I just think he's way more overrated than he actually is. Talk about a cone on defense. I take Stockton's defense over this boy's defense. and I look at it like this, man. I do think that we've seen the best Luca. I think we've seen the best Luca. Dallas Luca was the best Luca that we've seen. He got into shape this year and still couldn't stay healthy. I think that I really do think that these teams, when you get the opportunity to get to the finals, you have to take advantage of that opportunity because you may never be back. And I think that he may never be back. For one, the Lakers haven't shown me any evidence of being able to put a team around him, especially when LeBron leaves. They haven't shown me any evidence for one being able to put a team around him to make them win. And he doesn't seem to know what it's going to take to win, because he's saying that he wants them to re-sign AR for $149 million, which is wild, bro. That'd be a disgusting thing for them to do, especially if he wants to win. You give AR-15 $149 million, bro. You're never going to win because neither one of y'all can play defense. So,
dude, you sad, bro.
Tim, where's the lie?
I'm saying Luca just got there, bro. Give him some grace, bro. Give him some grace.
Nothing about him nor the Lakers show me that he's gonna be able to get there again.
It's the Lakers, bro. That should show you everything you need to know. The Lakers are gonna build around them.
They ain't did nothing. I don't know what they trying to do. He's had the best opportunity these 2 years that he's been there, and they haven't put anything around him to win.
Y'all believe the Mavs had both of them?
Yeah, that was my next thing. Next thing, is this guy right here the best GM in the history?
Come on, bro.
Or is he the worst GM in history of the NBA? The fact that he drafted both of these boys, he drafted Luca and Brunson in the same draft. He drafted them both in the same draft. Does that make him the best GM, or the fact that he
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. This is where you're gonna laugh because you're gonna say, "This is you, X. This is you. I can see it, you, X." He's a really good talent evaluator. He's just not a good GM. He's a talent evaluator. He sees talent and he can figure that out. Now here's the problem. Why in the world would you trade Luca? I'll never forgive him for trading Luca. That didn't make no sense at all. But he's a very good talent evaluator. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's a great scout. He's not a great GM. Even though he traded him, or even though he drafted him, he traded him.
And then traded Anthony Davis.
Yeah. So, Nico Harrison, man, I hope he gets another shot, but he made a huge mistake, and he would get even more flack now after Brunson won it. I think people because Nico Harrison's been fired, no one cares that he was a Maverick at once, and no one gives Nico Harrison flack because of it. But if he was still the GM for the Mavs, that would be mentioned nowadays.
And box office, there's the interview out there where Brunson wanted to re-sign with the Mavs. He wanted to stay in Dallas, and they kept playing around, and then Brunson was like, "Well, no, I'm gonna wait it out and see what I'm worth now." And so, yeah, they dropped the ball on that one too.
Man, so both of y'all are saying worse.
No, we said he's a
great scout, bad GM.
Great scout, bad GM.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. I'll take that. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. To have the foresight, not Forsyth, that's a park in Monroe. Foresight to be able to evaluate their talent and end up with them both in the same draft on your team. That's impressive, bro. That is impressive, to say the least. I can't say he knew what to do with him when he got him there. He saw the talent in there to draft him, but he didn't see the talent to keep him. He didn't see this in Brunson, and he thought weight was that much of a problem with Luka. I don't know how that equates to each other. He may not have seen. Nobody saw this in Brunson. I'm not gonna blame that on him, because I think the only person that saw this in Brunson is Rick Brunson.
Right.
So I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not paying what the Knicks paid for him. You know what I mean? So I don't really blame that move on him. Now the Luka thing, to be honest, it hadn't proved to be as boneheaded as a decision as we thought it was.
Yes, it
except
is.
for the fact that AD isn't even on the team anymore.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there.
But before they traded AD, hell, we all was saying that was the stupidest decision I've ever seen. So, and it hadn't proved to be a bad decision yet. And they traded AD after he was gone. Maybe if he was still there, they would have kept AD, and his plan could have come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? So, I actually give him more credit for drafting both of them than letting them both leave, bro. Because I couldn't have seen this happen with AD. He couldn't have seen this happen with Brunson, and nor did he know that this was gonna happen with AD. So I don't want to just take the credit from him for doing a great job in scouting and being a GM with the drafting. I think that's a lot of people don't get one good draft pick in one draft, and for him to get two, this is two franchise players in one draft.
But if you trade him away, though, see, what does that say? Like, what, like that don't make sense to me. Like, okay, like for instance, I don't know who the Chargers GM was at the time. Yeah, they had Phillip Rivers. They drafted Phillip Rivers and Drew Brees, but you traded Drew Brees away. Like, what are you doing? Like, and I don't care if you evaluated him good. What would make you trade him? Like, you evaluated talent, that's fine, but you traded him. You traded him. And look, the Brunson one, I'm with you. I don't even give him Because bro, when he signed with New York, everybody, including myself, I was like, boy, New York has lost their damn mind giving Brunson all that money. I'm like, he cool, but he not like that.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. But here's my issue. You traded Luka, a superstar. Like, that was crazy because they were coming off of a finals run. They made it to the finals. You don't trade him for a guy that stays hurt, bro. You can't do that.
It was a dumb trade. It was. But I just think that his plan, he saw something that we didn't see, and he didn't get to see it out. He didn't get to see it out. I give him credit for drafting those two players rather than letting them both go.
Okay.
Because I think if he could have, nobody saw the Brunson thing, and maybe he saw something else. Maybe Luka was running around there really being an asshole, bro. We don't know, man. He was really, maybe told Luka, hey, bro, you have to be in shape. And Luka said, kiss my ass. I'm Luka Doncic. I'm going to do what I want to do. And he was, okay, you going to do what you want to do? Well, you going to do what you want to do in L.A. Y'all send me anybody. Who you got?
But here's the thing, like I think that's what my biggest problem is. That's why I keep going. I know we have to move on, but that's my biggest problem. You didn't shop Luka. You just took AD. Like I can't. I'm sitting there like I'm not knocking AD because AD when he's healthy he's a beast, but AD's always hurt. Like I felt like you could have handpicked. But if you just said Luka was on the trade market, do you know how crazy other franchises would have went to get Luka Doncic? Like, it makes no sense that you took the one offer that you had, you gave one team a chance. You didn't even make them work for it. That's what y'all offer, we're going to take that. Like, that's crazy to me. And look, we play fantasy football. That's the most I can ever say. In fantasy football, see, if I know you want, I got a superstar. Let's say I got Bijan Robinson on my team. And you're like, X, what you like? I'm like, man, I'm gonna get rid of him because I need to build out the rest of my team. Cool. I go to UC, man, what you want for him? What you want to give me for him? And you said, well, I'll give you this person, Derrick Henry. And I said, cool, tell you, I'm gonna take that deal. But box office been inboxing me, telling me, I'm gonna give you Jahmyr Gibbs, this person, that person. I didn't even go to him though. I didn't even go to him. I just took your deal. That's where my issue lies in Nico Harrison.
Yeah. Yeah. But drafting them both, bro.
No, that's fire. That is. That's fire.
Now I will give you credit for that. Your explanation of the trade, what makes it the worst deal ever, is accurate. But I just couldn't have seen the foresight to draft both of them, bro.
Because you got to think, when we play fantasy football, you draft Bijan and you trade him away. Nobody gonna give you credit for drafting him. They're gonna be like, fool, you gave X Bijan Robinson. What the hell wrong with you?
Mm-hmm. And I remember I did draft Bijan Robinson and was trying to trade him to all of y'all bums. Nobody sent me no offers for Bijan at the beginning of the year. I said, y'all boys, wow. And then everybody wants to halfway through the season. Oh, no. But yeah, man. That's what's up, bro. We can move on. What we got up next?
All right. Well, we're finally on to the World Cup. Let's do this. Your favorite game so far of the World Cup?
I'll go first.
Go ahead, see. Go ahead, see. I know where you're going, but let's go.
Bruh. USA. USA. The team I picked to win the entire World Cup. The United States of America, bro. I don't watch soccer. I don't, admittedly. But them boys was hooping, bro. Like I said, when I do watch soccer, the action that I see around the goal is the only exciting part of the game to me. And I saw so many. It was so exciting that when the U.S. got around the goal, bro. We were all sitting in my living room watching it, and I was excited, bro. I was excited watching it. Every time they shot on goal, I was like, I thought that they were gonna make it, bro. They had a lot of exciting, and what I found out today was those 4 points that they scored in that game was more than any other game they'd ever done in the World Cup. Like points they scored in a combined World Cup. You know what I'm saying? They had totaled up to be like 3 points in the World Cup total in all their games. They scored 4 and 1. So I heard that if they play like they did in the first half of that game for the rest of the World Cup, they can hang with anybody. So if they can do that, and I will say the other games that I've watched a little. I haven't watched another entire game, but the portions that I watched of like the Brazil game and there was another game I watched. Damn, I forgot who it was. I was like, yeah, they could definitely hang with these teams. It wasn't such a discrepancy that I was like, oh man, the USA gonna get beat. And Box Office put me down on game. He said we had about the 12th best team in the in the tournament. I like our chances, bro. I really do.
Okay. So it's funny that you asked that question because I actually did a little TikTok video about who I thought was the best, what I thought the best game was. And I've watched pretty much every single game. I missed the Scotland game. I think I told you Box Office during the NBA Finals, Game 5. I missed that one. And then I missed Spain today because I was at work. So I missed that one. But for the most part, I saw every other game. And it comes down to a few of them, but I'll go in a direction that maybe most people won't go. I'm going to go South Korea versus Czech Republic. I thought that was a fire game, bruh. Czech Republic scored first, then South Korea came back, and then Czech Republic actually scored, but there was offsides. If you remember the header, offsides, and then South Korea came back and scored again and got the dub in that game. That game was so exciting to me. I was like literally jumping up in my living room with my daughter who loves South Korea. I'll tell a little story real quick before I come back to the game. Bro, when she was like in the 8th grade, bro, she said, Dad, can we move to South Korea? Bro, we said, what? She said, can we move to South Korea? And we was like, no. And she started like bawling, crying. Like, why can't we move to South Korea? So she's been enjoying it with me. I think maybe that may be a reason why I thought that was the best game, because she was like all into it like I was, and having my daughter and me spend that quality time was awesome on top of the game being awesome. Makes that the best one for me. And one more reason why is because in soccer, especially in these group stages, there's no clear winner. You could have a tie. And I'd rather have a winner than a tie. So I'm going to go with South Korea and Czech Republic as the best game so far, because there was a winner in that game.
Okay. Well, I definitely have watched pretty much every game. The only one I missed was the second half of the Scotland-Haiti game because I was more into the Spurs, but Scotland-Haiti wasn't exciting anyways. But so I pretty much watched the whole thing so far. By the way, today, 4 games, 4 draws.
4 draws, bro, crazy.
That's the first time since 1958 you had 4 draws in one day. This Iran New Zealand game was nuts. I'm over here watching on the side, finished 2-2, very exciting. But my favorite game of the tournament so far is none other than Japan and the Netherlands.
I knew you was gonna say that.
That was so fun to watch. So, background, Netherlands and Japan are both top, I'd say 15 teams in this tournament. Japan to me is the best Asian team, and the Netherlands are always a good European power. Dude, the 51st minute, Netherlands scores finally 1-0.
Yep.
5 minutes later, Japan scores 1-1. 7 minutes later after that, Netherlands scores 2-1. And then Japan in the 89th minute
Yep.
gets a deflection off their own player, and they make it 2-2. So I just loved how it was back and forth, and it lived up to the hype because, I was talking with my buddies about this game. I said, I think it's a draw because I think Netherlands is going to sneak out the group, but I think Japan is just as good right now, at least early on in this tournament, and they proved it 2-2. So it's only going to get better from here. I think tomorrow's a huge slate in terms of the superstars. If you enjoy the superstars, tomorrow's the day to watch. So tomorrow we've got the first game is France-Senegal. France may be the best team in the tournament on paper. And then Senegal, I think they're the second best African team behind Morocco. So Senegal is not no pushover. That will be tough for France. And then the second game, tomorrow, you got Norway, Iraq. Norway's supposed to destroy them because they have Erling Haaland as their forward, and he's a scoring machine. Plays for Manchester City, scores hell of goals. He just has an eye for the goal. Like soon as the ball touches his legs and he's in the penalty box, he just knows how to react really quickly. So he's a star. And then tomorrow, the last game, Algeria, Argentina, Lionel Messi. Don't get me wrong, Argentina's got plenty really good players, but Messi obviously one of the GOATs. So tomorrow's a superstar day. I don't know how good the games will be, but you will see a bunch of superstars tomorrow.
No doubt, man. I thought I want to give another shout out to another game because I do agree with you as far as a tie, Japan and Netherlands. Yeah, that was lit. But shout out to Australia, man. Hey, y'all boys put me on betting. I don't even bet, but I got some free money. And I put a lot of it on Australia, and I won 2-0. And the crazy thing is, Turkey actually outplayed them. If you watch the game, bruh, Turkey outplayed them, but they still won 2-0, dog. That's incredible. That's incredible. But shout out to Australia.
And guess who USA plays next?
I know, baby.
Australia. And then the USA will finish it off with Turkey. So that group has now become very interesting because the favorite going in to win the group was Turkey, America slightly second, and Australia third, and Paraguay was going to be fourth. With USA beating up on Paraguay the way they did, you're assuming Turkey's going to do the same. Then now USA, Australia is very interesting. And then we still have probably Australia beating up on Paraguay in the end. And then, it might come down to USA, Turkey, third game to determine the group. So it's interesting in that group right now. Okay. All right. And one more World Cup thing I'll do is, what's the game you're most excited for rest of the week?
I'm gonna say Australia, USA.
Okay.
I was super hype about that one. I was hype about Japan, Netherlands, that one, and Brazil, Morocco going into this week. And I think both of those games was really good. But this one, I want to see Australia versus the USA. And then, like you said, so much is riding on this game. So much. Because the USA still has to take on Turkey. And if they lose to Australia, that Turkey USA game might become a play to get into the knockout round.
And if USA wins, or Australia, if there is a winner there, you're pretty much guaranteed to go to second to the knockout round.
Right.
You're just wondering whether you're going to be first or second.
Right.
Coming out the group. I'll go next. It's Croatia, England. Wednesday.
That is fire. I mean, you talked about that on the phone today.
Yes, like Croatia, England on paper is probably the best game rest of the week. And that's going to be huge because people like myself are expecting Croatia and England to come out that group. So that matchup might immediately determine who's going to be first or second out the group. And there is benefits to coming first or second out the group. For example, in that group, if you're first, you're going to play a third place team out of a group next round. If you're second, you're going to play a very tough second place team from another group. So, like when looking at the bracket going forward, so you definitely rather play a third place team than a second place team. Croatia England's going to be very interesting on Wednesday. I don't expect many goals. I think both teams are going to be defensive and very careful. I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to say 1-1.
The game you looking forward to? See, come on, man.
USA, Australia, bro. I just want to see if it's real. I want to see if it's real.
Fair enough.
The USA, they impressed me with the first game. They impressed most of the people who do know something about soccer. So I have reason to believe in us now. So I want to see how far we'll go. We got the home field advantage. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's see, man. They said that the game actually broke records as well, right? Like
from what I saw, they broke records in terms of the ratings in America.
Yeah. So give us a reason to watch, because, like I said, man, we all know, a majority of America doesn't care anything about soccer. So give us a reason to care. One thing about America, we may not care about it, but if we better than you in it, oh yeah, we behind you. It don't matter. We are behind you. Just like let the Pelicans start winning next year.
Hey yo.
Oh boy, I'm right back in that thing, bro. I'm right back in there.
Man, you sad, bro. You sad, bro.
Yeah, man. I ain't got no loyalty when it comes to the NBA.
I got a question for you, box office, because I think for me, I've seen every goal scored. What do you think is the best goal so far that you just thought was like, dang, that was nasty? There's a few of them. Which one you thought was the best one?
Let me think real quick. I'm trying to think through all the games.
Well, I'll tell you what I think, and then you can tell me what you think based on, I'm going South Korea, Wayne, on that, bruh. I just it was like poetry, bruh. Like he went one way and just completely stopped. And it was like, I don't know if you watched the game, you say you didn't, but it was, remember when Ike Hilliard stopped in the dime versus Florida State at Florida when they won the Sugar Bowl? Dog, he did the same thing. He stopped, bro. Them boys went flying right back. And then he hit it. Bro, I was like, boy, that was nasty to me.
Okay, that's a good one. You know who I've got? I've got the Morocco goal.
That was fire.
Saibari chipped it. So that's actually, he made it look easy. That's actually very hard.
Right.
Because you got to time it perfectly and chip the ball. And when you chip it, that means you're just kicking it over your goalkeeper. But the thing is, you're hoping it lands perfectly into the goal.
Right.
And that was perfect because the pass was great, but the goalkeeper came up. So he had a split second to time it.
Right.
And he did it perfectly. Plus, Morocco was the underdog to pull it out at least 1-1 now. The Morocco chip is my favorite goal just because it was impressive.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you see what you think. I mean, I know you only watched. Well, let me ask you this: what was the most impressive U.S. goal in your opinion? See,
the one that they almost called back for offsides. I think it was the second goal.
Mm-hmm. I think it was the second goal.
Yo.
Yeah, you good? We hear you. You froze though.
Damn, y'all turned me off?
No, you there. You just froze.
Yo, y'all hear me?
We hear you, Steve.
My dog Steve, right? Hey, you good now? We can see you moving. Yeah, you good. Oh boy,
man! If USA wins it all, they got to give Steve free Wi-Fi rest of his life. His Wi-Fi tripping.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna ask you some more questions I had. I was asked by a few of my friends. Who do you think had the best goalkeeping performance?
No doubt today, Cape Verde's goalkeeper.
Um,
Bruh, Spain was killing them. And this dude made the craziest saves and just found a way to not allow Spain a goal, bruh. He literally, I don't know if you saw the highlights. Once they were 0-0 and it was over, he had tears, bro.
yeah, 40 years old.
Uh-huh.
His name is you.
I,
It's you or Zoo. I forgot his name. You.
I forgot his damn name too, because damn Cape Verde. No one knows Cape Verde players.
But
But
I'm going Patrick Beach from Australia, bro, against Turkey.
he was great.
Yeah, I thought he was phenomenal, bro. I thought that my man from Cape Verde was really good. Don't get me wrong, that's not the top two in my opinion. But I felt like a lot of his stuff was more like luck, not luck on his part, but like Spain just didn't hit it well.
Right. I see it. I just felt like when you play a team like Spain, you're expecting so many shots at you, and he just stepped up. He knew it was coming. But the Australia performance was great.
Right, right, right. All right. See, I got one now you can answer this question in box office. Who had the best looking jerseys to y'all?
So Croatia's really
Well,
Croatia.
not the ones that didn't play yet, just the ones
I
that
know, I know.
played.
I'm just saying with Croatia's jersey, Croatia usually has fire jerseys because their symbol is like checkerboard, so you could do a lot with it.
Right.
But I don't like these Croatia ones that you're gonna see on Wednesday as much. I thought they could have done better. Favorite jerseys so far. I'm trying to think.
For anybody out there, I did a TikTok today and I talked about my favorite jerseys. I'm gonna tell y'all mine. I like Switzerland's, bro.
Okay.
I like the lime green with the blue in it. I know they're typically red colored
Right.
Switzerland, but I thought those, bro, like I'm watching them on the field. They kind of like a Seattle Seahawks type vibe to it, but it was like so pretty to go with the pretty field. It was very good on the eyes. I like those jerseys, and I'll give y'all my worst. And I actually did on the video. Qatar, man, that stuff looked just like Alabama stuff, bro. No. I hated those jerseys, bro.
I'll tell you my favorite. Germany.
Okay, okay.
Those are fresh. They had the all whites with the black, red, and yellow
Mhm.
coming around the neck. Though that they had like a throwback that was very similar to that. So they went back to that but made it look modern. Those are fresh to me.
Who had the worst?
Hold up, man.
Oh, go ahead, okay, go ahead. See, go ahead,
You,
see.
you're blurry, see, so we don't even know if you active or not, but you good now.
All right. Brazil.
The best? Okay.
That's
Class.
a classic.
I've actually always liked Brazil's jerseys, bro. And they look similar to that, like they've always looked. But I've always been partial to their jerseys. That's one thing that I did like about the World Cup. I always say, them boys in them yellow jerseys, who's that? Brazil? Yeah, they cold. They're
Yeah,
similar to
those
like
are
a
classic.
Jamaica jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So I like I said, Brazil, I like theirs.
So who's the worst in your opinion? Because I say Qatar. I thought they just too plain, crimson color. Terrible.
Trying to think who had some ugly ones.
I'll say it.
Scotland's.
I
They had
didn't see Scotland play. See,
they had an ugly red blue combo that just didn't fit them. I don't know. I didn't rock with it.
I'll tell you. Where's Waldo? The United States.
what? You thought that was the worst?
Huh.
They got those lollipop looking.
Bro, y'all know what I'm talking about? Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like a whole 100 Wells Waldos out there, bro. I'm like, come on, man. And then I'm
Wasn't
just
that
really,
bad to me.
I'm really pissed because our jerseys usually look way better than that. I like the '94 jersey when they had the stars with the gradient or whatever. Also I like the plain ones when they had the plain blue with the soccer the United States soccer emblem right there. I thought those were dope, man. But this one, I think they just tried to be a little too. I think they overthought it and put the stripes on there, and it looks kind of corny to me, man.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of this USA's one. It looked like lollipops, red lollipops, or it just. I like C said, their jerseys in the past were better.
Okay, I'm not mad at what y'all said. I just didn't think they were the worst. Like there was some bad ones, and I didn't think they were the worst. Okay, but that's cool. All right, box office. I don't know if you want to do this. I do want to do this, just kind of see, because y'all know now I'm messing with them parlays like y'all boys. Can we give our predictions for all the games this week, and then wrap it up?
Let's do it. Yeah, when you say this week, all the way to Sunday, Friday, what?
To Sunday. So when we get on the show Monday, we kind of know,
Okay. Well, see, for the group stages, which is still going on, draws an option, so you don't have to pick a winner. All right, tomorrow, France, Senegal.
France, 3-1, 3-0.
I got Mbappe them, man, 2-0.
I think France 2-0, but it won't be an easy 2-0. Like it might be 1-0 for a long time, and then they pull another one.
Yeah.
Senegal's gonna fight. Iraq, Norway.
Norway. I'm gonna say 2-0.
I don't know if it's an upset, but I got Iraq.
Wow. Give me Norway 4-0.
Wow.
I think they destroy them tomorrow.
Damn, dog.
Argentina, Algeria.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Argentina.
I go Argentina.
I'm gonna go Argentina 2-0, but they are known for sometimes slow starts.
Right.
By the way, tomorrow another game at midnight, midnight Eastern where I live. That's because they're playing somewhere on the West Coast. Austria, Jordan.
I'm gonna go Austria. I'm gonna go 1-0.
Austria, Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jordan.
I got Austria 1-0. It won't be impressive. All right. We finally get a GOAT Wednesday, Portugal, Congo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Portugal in this one. I'm gonna say 3-0.
Give me Congo.
Bruh.
Give me Portugal. I see it similarly, 3-0. All right, Croatia, England.
Bruh. Box office, bruh. You, my dog. My daughter's rooting for England. She actually picked England to win the whole thing, like your brother did. I'm gonna say England 2-1.
Man, I'm going with England, bro. They're doing it for the Queen, bro. England.
I've got it a draw. I'm gonna say 1-1. The thing about England is they're one of the best teams in the world on paper, but their chemistry isn't the best. Like they just can't put it together where they look impressive, but they're great on paper. That's the thing. They don't play as good as they should. I'm gonna say 1-1. Ghana, Panama.
Ghana 2-0.
Ghana.
I'm gonna go Ghana 2-1. Ghana is one of the most underrated teams in this tournament. They're scary. Panama's not all that. I'm gonna go 2-1 Ghana. Uzbekistan and Colombia.
Oh, I got Colombia. I'm gonna say Colombia 2-1.
I'm going Colombia because I don't know nothing about Uzbekistan at all. Like I'm not familiar with the country or anything. So I'm going Colombia.
So Uzbekistan is making their World Cup debut, and they
Mhm.
have a Italian legend actually coaching them. So I think they'll be well coached. They just don't have the athletes, though. I'm gonna go 2-0 Colombia, but that's a big thing for them to just make it at least. All right, now Thursday, X, we now get the second games
Second
of the
games.
group stage. So we've seen these teams already. Czech Republic versus South Africa.
Czech Republic 2-0.
Nah, man, I'm going South Africa, bro. Just off GP, bro. I gotta go with South Africa.
I'm gonna go Czech Republic 1-0. Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I'm going Switzerland 1-0.
Switzerland and who else?
Bosnia and Herzegovina. They're actually a country right next to Croatia. They speak the same language as us.
Okay. I'm going Switzerland.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Switzerland 1-0. I don't like the way Switzerland looked against Qatar.
Right.
They finished 1-1, and their goal scored was a penalty. You know, when you kick a penalty, you're making 90% of the time. They didn't score a regular goal, and they gave up a goal in the 95th minute. So Switzerland actually needs this game. Bosnia needs this game as well. But so I think he'll be tight. But Bosnia was not good against Canada. I'm gonna go 1-0 with the Swiss. All right, Canada, Qatar.
Canada. Canada's gonna win this game. I'm gonna say 2-0.
Okay.
Where's the game?
It's in Canada, I believe, huh?
Let me see. It's in Vancouver, yeah.
Yeah.
Canada. Home field advantage.
Yeah, give me Canada. They look better in the second half.
Yep.
In the Bosnia game. They woke up. Still don't trust Qatar. I'm gonna say 1-0 Canada. And let's go to Mexico, South Korea.
I'm gonna say for the first time, which is crazy because we had all draws today. I'm gonna say 1-1 draw.
Who is it?
Mexico, South Korea.
Oh, Mexico, bro. I know one thing about them. They play soccer.
I actually see it the way you see it, X. 1-1. This is gonna be a tough matchup. Mexico's at home, so that helps, but 1-1. All right, here we go. Friday. It's actually the 3 p.m. Eastern game, so it's earlier in the day. USA, Australia.
I'm saying US 2-0.
So USA and Australia?
Mm-hmm.
I got it 2-0, me.
USA, bro. I ain't got no score. I know we're gonna put some points on the board though, more than they will.
Okay, so USA is playing in Seattle. And if you know anything about the MLS here in America, Seattle is actually like one of the best home fields in soccer in America. Like Seattle actually loves soccer. Man, Australia surprised me. It's put up 2 goals. USA has to win at home. I'm gonna go 1-0 USA.
The thing about the USA, they've given up one goal in like so many games. I saw they did like a little stat. So all of us have them like with not giving up a goal, which They may give up a goal.
All right, Scotland, Morocco.
I got Morocco. 1-0.
Give me Scotland, man. 1-0.
I'm gonna go
No.
Morocco. I'm gonna go Morocco 2-0. Brazil versus Haiti.
Oh, Brazil 3-0.
I'm saying Brazil, but I'm not confident, bro. They piss me off. So I'm gonna go Brazil, man. But they look like they can be had.
I'm gonna go Brazil 4-0. I feel bad for Haiti because they're playing them at the wrong time.
Right.
Brazil's gonna be pissed. 4-0, bro. Turkey, Paraguay.
Believe it or not, I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. Turkey's gonna make a lot of people upset this year.
Wow.
I'm going Turkey just off GP, man. Turkey. It's funny name for a country, bro. Go ahead.
I'm going Turkey 3-0. I think they wake up and realize they need a must-win right now.
They
after
better.
their performance. Yeah, they have to win this game or they're in trouble. I'm gonna go with Turkey. Saturday, we've got 3 actually pretty solid games. Netherlands, Sweden.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Dutch. I'm gonna say 2-1.
Netherlands and Sweden, bro. They it's almost the same country to me. Sweden.
All right, I'm gonna go Netherlands 2-0. Sweden looked good in their first game, but I think Netherlands is gonna be hungry after the draw they had. Next game, Germany, Ivory Coast. 2 teams that won their first games.
Yeah, but Germany looks so good, bro. Not granted, but how much can I put into how much stock? Because Curacao is the smallest country ever to make the World Cup or something like that.
Correct. 156,000 people. I mean, I think there's more people in like I don't know, give me a random city in Louisiana. Like Monroe. Monroe maybe has 156,000.
Lord. I'm gonna say this is gonna be the shocker, bro. Not that Germany's gonna they're gonna win 2-1.
Germany. And it's not close, to be honest with you.
Okay. I'm looking up Louisiana cities. Okay.
Yeah, Monroe they only have 47,000, bro.
Yeah, Shreveport has 175. That's more than the whole country. And Lafayette's got 121. So if Lafayette had 25,000 more people, they have the same amount as the whole country, bro.
Golly.
Germany is going to be Ivory Coast 2-0. Ivory Coast is tough, and they've always been tough. They used to have one of my favorite players, but he's been in retirement now for a long time. But they're tough, but I'm going to go Germany 2-0.
Okay.
All right. Ecuador, Curacao.
Ecuador has to shake back, bro. They have to shake back. I'm going to say 2-0 Ecuador.
I don't have a score. Just give me Ecuador.
I got Ecuador 2-0. They need to win badly. I think they get it. They were disappointing against Ivory Coast. I'm not going to lie. Not that Ivory Coast is bad, but just expect a lot more. I'm going to go Ecuador. All right. Sunday, 5 games. Tunisia, Japan.
I'm taking Japan. Japan, I think they have dark horse. I'm going to say Japan 1-0.
Japan, like 1-0. I don't know the difference.
Japan 2-0. They're better than Tunisia. Give them Japan. All right. Spain, Saudi Arabia.
Bruh, Spain. Spain has to win this game, bruh. They have to. I'm gonna say Spain 2-0.
Yeah,
Spain.
I'm gonna go Spain 2-0. They need to win, but Saudi Arabia looked good today.
They did.
I'm gonna go Spain 2-0. They're gonna get it together. All right. Belgium, Iran.
Ooh. Belgium. I'm gonna say Belgium gets them. I'm gonna go 2-1.
Belgium and Iran, you said?
Yeah.
My fourth grade French teacher was from Belgium. I'm going with Belgium.
Why they waited so long to put my man in?
Lukaku.
Yeah.
So Lukaku hasn't been in great form yet lately, and what great form means is just playing really well.
Right.
And in soccer, it's like that's the difference between soccer and like the NFL, for example, or the NBA. Even though if you felt like Jalen Hurts wasn't playing well at certain points this year, you were not going to bench him for I forgot who the hell their backup was, but meanwhile, in soccer, if you're not playing well, they will put you on the bench and make you come off the bench because they feel like they just have to do something immediately.
Right. As soon as that fool came in,
Yeah,
they caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, and he made a difference immediately as soon as he came in today. So yeah, I think it's just sometimes the form you're in. But with that being said, I got Belgium beating Iran, but Iran didn't look bad tonight.
They didn't.
Uruguay, Cape Verde.
Yeah, I mean, Cape Verde, man, shout out to them, man. They played great, but Uruguay has to get this game. So I'm going to say 2-0 Uruguay.
All right. Give me 2-0 Uruguay, too. I don't know.
Give me Uruguay 2-0. I mean, Cape Verde, I mean, I can't believe they even pulled it off today, but their luck runs out. New Zealand, Egypt. Interesting matchup.
I'm going Egypt 1-0.
All right. My fourth grade social studies fair project was on King Tut. He was a former king of Egypt. I'm going with Egypt. Strictly off that.
Yeah, I'm going Egypt 2-1. New Zealand can score, but Egypt's a little better.
And I'm going 3-0 because I got third place in that social studies fair. So 3-0.
I don't know how the hell you remember that.
Hey man, a win is a win, bro. It was 50 people in that social studies fair. I finished third. Yeah.
Well, that's it for the rest of the games until Sunday night. Then we'll pick up next week. But that's all we got for tonight's show.
Well,
Hold on.
go ahead.
Before we go, man, two real quick ones. I thought of two other people, man. Is Jalen Brunson better than?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
He's better than Tony Parker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tony Parker got how many rings, man?
I don't care. Yes.
I think 3. But come on, man.
3 rings,
He had Duncan. He had Robinson for one. He had Kawhi. He had Popovich. Come on, man.
Well, he wasn't on that Robinson team. It was Avery Johnson on that Robinson team.
In 2003 as well?
Maybe in 03. But I know that first one.
Let me check. I'm going to check 2003 against the
Avery
Nets.
Johnson was on that against the Knicks for sure in 99.
Yeah, he was on the one against the Knicks, yeah.
Let me see. Tony Parker was there with Dave Robinson in 2003, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I agree. Brunson beats the hell out of Tony Parker. Bro.
Clear.
But Parker was perfect for the Spurs, though.
He was good for the Spurs. Very good for the Spurs.
Perfect for their team. All right, here's one. That's gonna make you should have to think about this. Chris Paul.
Damn, bro. Damn. You pulling at my heartstrings now.
Yeah. I want to make you think, man. Get in your bag.
I'm gonna give it to Brunson simply because it goes back to what I say. Who do I trust in the last 5 minutes? CP3 let me down sometimes. Last like 5 minutes of games. He's a better passer. He's not a better scorer than Brunson. I'm gonna go Brunson.
I agree with what he just said just now as far as that he's a better scorer. Bruh. Dang. Oh my God.
That's
Because
a
now
really
this goes
good
off
one.
a resume and versus what my eyes tell me. This is where I'm going with this one. This was tough because my eyes tell me Chris Paul is better. But then, because I think that Brunson he's only a better scorer than Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul is better defensively, better passer. I'm gonna give it to Brunson, bro. CP didn't close it out, man. He didn't get it done.
Yeah, he was up 2-0 against Milwaukee.
Yeah, bro. I gotta go Brunson, bro.
All right, man. Let's keep it real though. Who's a better player? Better point guard for sure. A better point guard for sure. I gotta go with Chris Paul. But he was always hurt. He was always hurt when it was time to win the championship. To his team, his time, the times that he had a chance to legit win a championship, he was hurt, and I count that. Brunson, I think that damn, bro, this hard. I'm gonna take Brunson. I'm gonna take Brunson just because if I'm trying to win a game, I know he's gonna be available and he's gonna go do what it takes to get it. Chris Paul, I definitely believe he's a better passer. Brunson's a better scorer, I believe. Even though Chris Paul could score with the best of any point guard when in his peak, but I'm gonna go with Brunson. I'm just gonna go with Brunson, especially his tiebreaker is his championship. I've seen him go do it. I never seen Chris Paul go do it.
Chris Paul's best that you could say is them beating the Spurs, and I think the second round of our first or second round of playoffs. I think it was the first, or it might be the second round. When the Clippers beat them, they started crying because they beat the Spurs in Game 7. Box office sitting there texting me, these fools act like they won the championship. And then they go on to play the Rockets and James Harden. They're up, I think, 3-1 in that series, and them fools lose, bruh. Like, bruh.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. But I mean, that can't be his best. He went to the finals.
Well, I'm just talking about as far as like when that was like, to me, like that's the moment I remember the biggest for me for Chris Paul was as far as him winning was when he beat the Spurs.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of, even though I wasn't the biggest Chris Paul fan, the way his career kind of ended was just sad to me. Like where he got traded to Toronto and then got cut and was never gonna play the Toronto. Like, I don't know, it's kind of sad to me. Like, I felt like the Spurs
was dirty, bro. I just think that was some bruh, ego shit. That's what that was. Him and Ty Lue. I think that their attitudes just didn't get, their egos didn't mesh, and Ty Lue was on some I'm the coach for real, and I don't give a damn if that's Chris Paul or not. Get him out of here. He don't want to listen. He over here trying to overstep my authority. I want him out of here. And I just think that leadership, ownership shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. They should have made him say, they should have made Ty Lue say, hey, you told me to bring him in here. You got to deal the rest of the year with him, bro. I'm not going to do this to this man.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Well, we going to talk about shout outs? I'll go first, y'all.
Go ahead.
Shout out to y'all boys, man, for coming on. Shout out to me for picking the Knicks. Shout out to me for being the football junkie, y'all. And I'm not talking about American football, baby. I'm talking about football, baby. We don't call it soccer. If you call it soccer, you're not a real football fan. Stay safe tomorrow if you're in the Lafayette area. School, I know it's school, but summer school is closed because of the weather. Box office is laughing at us about that. It's gonna be pouring down tomorrow, so they canceled summer school tomorrow. So stay safe out there. And I want to end it like this: if you're a football fan, then you know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad you boys didn't come and duck me this week like Eggs did last week.
Yo!
Good to see you all again. Hey man, World Cup. We got a whole nother month of it. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, tune in tomorrow if you want to see straight superstars. Straight superstars tomorrow. So I had some fun talking the World Cup tonight. We'll get back to it next week.
I had them on. Sure go. All right, man. My last minute shout outs. I always go to my family: Hunter Morgan, Tori, Christian Lee, and Edward. Daddy, love y'all. I see you in just a second. To my beautiful wife, Patricia, I love you too. I'll see you in just a second. The Pap Pap's babies, Marcel Carter Bryant and Azaria Grace Bryant. Pap Pap, love y'all. I'll see y'all in just a second, even if it's just on my screensaver. And to my niecey Pooh, Annalise, Alice Bryant, I love you too. She spent the night over here, so I had to include her in the shout out tonight. But yeah, and everybody else, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna catch y'all again next week. Boot up or shut up. You know what I'm talking about?